No, yeah, we're live. Ironically, the NBC stream, our MacGyver NBA stream ran perfectly fine.
It did. It did. All right, we back. Chat.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're back. I messed around with some settings. I decided to just restart it and hope it does good. I'm a little stressed. All right, everyone's piling back in. Appreciate you guys jumping over. I hate when this happens, but I don't have anything to. I can't fix it. So, all right, everybody can hear us and see us. You guys, can they hear you guys?
Hello, can you hear us? Help!
Hello from the other side.
We're trapped in the Phantom Zone. Help!
I did reset Jamie's world. That's what I did because I was like, just needed to do it. All right, everybody's sounding all good. Okay, let's. If you're catching this on a, if you guys are catching this on the replay, and you're just watching this one, because I might just, I'll leave the other one up, but we did the intro stuff, we did the PSAs, that was in another stream, we had internet trouble. I'm going to start the Blu-ray news section over like we just starting fresh with the Blu-rays, okay?
We didn't even start with the Blu-ray.
We barely started it. It got Astronaut said 2 streams means double the likes. Let's go. Yeah, please hit the like button. Really, really helps. I appreciate you guys for jumping over. Definitely like really appreciate you guys coming back. All right. I think we got pretty much everybody back that was there in the last one. So let's get to it before anything else happens. All right. First things first, Media Blasters has posted pre-orders for the Kamen Rider Dyad Legacy Collection. This is their bundle of the first and the next. These are the 2 movies that they have coming out. It's going to have exclusive bonus features that won't be on the standard edition. Limited to 1,000 units. Will also include a booklet and a slipcover.
Like Kamen Rider the World, right?
Yep.
I think
for some reason, including Kamen Rider World, the short film that goes with Zeto and Jay. If you missed it on the first one, World, it will be here. I don't know anymore, guys. Like, if you want it, buy it. If you don't, it's it's $50 for the 2 movies, and that's $50 for the first, and then they force the next on you. That's not a horrible deal.
No, I had to get the next.
Right. Didn't we learn they were package deals? That's why.
Yeah, we found out that they couldn't. We found out from Media Blasters that they wanted just Zeto and Jay, but they got told by Toei you have to take Shin the first and the next as well. So
I guess they're just part of the Kamen Rider movie package or something like that.
Yeah. Hellfire says 50 upon shipping or pay later. You pay $50 up front, so like when you order it, you have to pay for it. Not super ideal. You may be able to use PayPal Pay in 4 if it's available for you. I ordered it because it's my job.
Yeah, you must say your job.
Yeah. Spinner says, honestly glad they got Force and Bundle. Yeah, I'm glad because like nobody else was going to pick up these guys, these licenses. Welcome, Tyler Darrenfield. All right. The next Blu-ray news, this is just for me and everybody else that loves old movies. The Sound of Music is getting a 4K Blu-ray for the 60th anniversary.
Yes.
Sound of Music, I know about that movie.
Yeah, this is a really, it's a great thing. The studio statement has mentioned that this was a beautifully restored and remastered in 4K. Precise work endeavored by the Walt Disney Film Restoration Team, and they've been working on it for over 9 months, and so it sounds like it's going to be pretty great. And so it's really nice, and it's also nice to see Disney put out a 4K of a Fox movie because they haven't been doing a whole lot of that. But it is happening, which is really, really good, and I hope it does look good because there's a certain set of Fox movies I want in 4K. They rhyme with Planet of the Apes. Oh, wait, I just said it. I want every ape in 4K from chimpanzee.
4K monkey. 4K monkey.
I love you, Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius. Dr.
Zaius. They should put that as a bonus feature because Disney owns all that now.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
I love legitimate theater.
Adding to the category of I own that already, but now I'll get it on 4K. Yeah, Sound of Music 4K. My mom just heard from the outside the room. She's dancing in the hallway.
Aw, that's sweet.
The hills are alive.
I gotta cut you off there, or else copyright's gonna get us. All right.
Here comes Santa. Here comes Santa Mom to brighten up the stream. We always need moments like that.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of movies that I already own, but I'll totally buy again in 4K, the Abbott and Costello Horror Collection, which is going to be not just Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and the Mummy, which Universal's released multiple times as part of their monster sets, but it also will include Hold That Ghost, which is a ghost story with Abbott and Costello, and Abbott and Costello meet the killer Boris Karloff, who was several Universal monsters, but in this particular, he was just Boris Karloff. This is gonna be released by Kino Lorber.
As himself.
Yeah, it was as himself. And so it's really cool. So the 6 movies are coming out in a box set from Kino Lorber in 4K, which is 100% my alley of things that I like. So.
Kino Lorber seems like people like to talk about era video, but I think Kino Lorber is like the true champions of making high quality, like independent. Who cares for this kind of video company?
Definitely, and it's another thing too is that I've been discovering this because my mom and I've been watching a lot of movies this year. Kino Lorber releases are also incredibly affordable.
How much was the Columbo? How much are the Columbo sets?
The Columbo sets, I think the first one was like 90, and the second one was like 50.
You're getting a lot for those, so this makes sense.
A lot because every episode's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is that so when there's a movie, for example, we were watching a movie, and then on the trailers section they had trailers for other movies, and there was a movie with Dick Van Dyke, and I was like, I want to watch that, and I went on to order it, and it was like $13, and I was like, heck yeah. So
that's nice.
That's the thing I like about Kino Lorber. Their releases are pretty affordable as well.
Yeah.
I
wish this
and they're good.
Sometimes I wish Discotek had some more affordable releases, but dang it, those are anime licenses, so I understand why.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's funny because Spin Dash said the hills are alive with the sound of DMCA. AR said the hills are alive with the sound of eyes. Sound of eyes. MJ Klein says Disney needs to include the live action Planet of the Apes series on DVD and Blu-ray. We need a Blu-ray remaster of that show because that show's actually pretty solid.
Planet of the Apes, the Monkey Collection.
I would be stick it in another head of an ape and I'll buy it again.
I'm surprised they never done this for Batman. Just sticking that giant bat cow or something like that.
Yeah, you think they would, but they never have. It's just one of those things that we're still
waiting for that video, by the way. That the odd world, the headache world of head cases, something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list. It's just gonna take a little time to put together because I need to get all the heads out that I have and line them up.
And someone questioned you, Sam, why do you have a bunch of decapitated heads? Is that what you think?
Exactly. It's not what you think, but yeah, I gotta get all those together, and then I got a minor list because in Discord we put together a thread that was just everybody send me heads, and so I want to put it all together, but I gotta get through.
What are you, the Queen of Hearts?
I mean, at one point I'm a G Gundam fan to the level of it could be considered the King of Hearts, so those options. Kiefer said for the Planet of the Apes Barrel of Monkeys edition. It's just a barrel and it's got all the discs stacked in it. Spider's Prime said coming soon, Multiverse Saga and Doom's helmet. I would actually buy that. It'd be better than the Jamie Foxx Electro head that Amazing Spider-Man 2 came in.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember that.
Alright. Entertainment news. Let's get to it. So, first things first, the What's Coming to Tubi in March list is stacked as usual because Tubi is awesome.
Are we doing this now? Okay.
The reason why we're doing this is not because of Tubi being awesome. Also, I appreciate the fact they put their entire list by genre as opposed to just an alphabetical because it's really easy to find stuff. The thing that was important here is when you get down to the kids and family section, it says VR Troopers is coming March 1st.
VR Troopers.
Now, why would this be significant? Because Shout's license for this expired years ago.
Well, was it because we had this conversation where what was it? I think what we heard before was Beoborgs and such VR Troopers went back to Toei or something like that. Is what we heard.
As far as we know, Toei's retained the rights to Beetleborgs and VR Troopers now, and they would have to be relicensed because the shows are not blocking the Metal Hero shows from existing through Discotek.
Wait, because I
But
heard
the VR
because
Troopers trademark did die. I know Pindash said figuring out who owns this is tricky. Yeah, the trademark for VR Troopers and Beetleborgs did die and then got revived by Hasbro. So yeah, it's
so
weird.
because from I haven't from what I heard because I need to take close look. But don't the VR Troopers in the comics right now currently aren't they slightly tweak, right?
Yes.
They're not
Yes.
like 1-to-1.
Yeah, they
Wheels
are not
actually
one to
explained this to
one.
me last night.
Yeah, they're actually the VR Troopers in Power Rangers Prime are not the exact same designs. They're like inspired. Like you can tell what they are.
Lawyer friendly.
Yeah, but they're legally distinct, right?
Also, like screw VR Troopers, Jackie Chan Adventures is going to Tubi.
Yes,
Oh,
Jackie
yeah!
Chan
Oh,
Adventures is
sick.
coming. Men in Black the
Yes.
series.
Yes,
Oh.
I love that show too.
Oh, Transform Cybers, yay! That show's free.
Yeah, Godzilla 1998. Godzilla, but I don't think they specified if that's the 54 one.
You're about to say which one? There's multiple.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I just wanted to talk about VR Troopers because that's the first time one of the non-Power Rangers shows has resurfaced during the Hasbro era.
Oh god, Wild Wild West
Wow,
is
that's
coming.
true.
Wild Wild West is coming to Tubi. Oh god,
Yep.
that screams a Tubi movie.
The Black Cinema category is pretty stacked too. I really appreciate like Tubi as a service because it's free and it's got
Legit.
all this great stuff on it. Like, look at that variety. I love it.
This
I love it.
but have a Tubi night with your friends, people. It's a wild ride. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like a random roulette of what do you want to watch on
It's
Tubi.
like how I found this movie that was supposed to be a Doctor Strange movie, but they lost the license partway through production, so then they changed it to something different and added like naked women in there. Like, look at our hard R movie, and it's like the goofiest thing I've ever seen. And Jeffrey Combs is in it.
Is that the
Really?
Doctor Strange? That's not the Doctor Strange TV pilot, right?
No,
I
it
thought
was. It got retitled to like Doctor Mordred, I think, or something.
Interesting.
Doctor, someone you knew.
Yeah,
Doctor
Someone You Knew.
Doctor Not Strange.
All right, continuing the entertainment. Here is our first look at the live-action Masters of the Universe movie coming out next year.
Oh.
It's filming right now. Fair warning, it is an isekai.
Not Dolph Lundgren.
Just want to let everyone
That's
know.
like the first movie.
They have always
mean-
grappled with Eternia is a little too expensive to manage.
I mean, to be fair, being an isekai, or Terry being an isekai is part of the universe. That's where Anna's mom's from Earth, isn't she?
Right, and so there's some set photos that have been floating around of the actor as Adam on Earth, and he looks really spot on. And the sword being really spot on is really nice. I think
Question:
it's gonna...
What is say? Are they doing filmation or more like Mattel toy, like more Conan the Barbarian
I
looking?
think they're doing more filmation because he's wearing a pink shirt in the set photos. Like he's wearing a bright pink shirt.
I said the spy Jared Leto Joker. No, I mean Skeletor. Sorry.
Yeah, Jared Leto Skeletor is the thing that like almost dooms the movie, but I mean, there's potential. I will say too is that
Are you just coping for Tron Ares by saying that?
I'm coping because I don't even like what Tron Ares has shown. Anyways, the thing I think that's interesting about this is that Mattel has already successfully launched a movie where one of their toys goes on an isekai adventure and it made a ton of money, so why not try it again? Yes, I'm talking about Barbie.
Barbie is an isekai.
Barbie is an isekai, right? Because she goes from Barbie Land to the real world.
Yeah, but
right.
it's funny. That means like, oh, I can just go like to the left and I'm in fantasy world.
Hey, they had to at least take a boat and a set of tandem bikes and a car and a plane. Like it took a little bit for that to work, but you know.
You know one of my favorite gags, like in that gags about traveling to one place to another is still Elf. A buddy just walking to
Yes.
to New
That
York.
man walked from the North Pole to New York City.
Yeah, and not like oh, it was a journey. No, he just literally just walked. This took like a 20-minute walk by the look of it.
That's kind of like the journey from Barbie Land to the real world was just kind of like, yeah, it's like a little montage.
Both with Will Ferrell, weirdly enough.
Yeah, that's true. Will Ferrell's in both. He should be in this movie. He should play like Gwildor or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Travis Knight is directing this.
Oh,
he
okay.
did
Oh,
Bumblebee.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Then I'm really.
We
There's
got
hope,
potential.
then.
We got potential here. We got potential. This is a good first look, though. I'm glad they went with this.
I like the Power Sword look. I like the rust metal and everything like that.
All right, DC Studios announced a couple new shows. First up,
Out of
My
nowhere.
Adventures with Green Lantern, which
Yeah, I
implies
didn't
to
even know
be a
this
My
happened.
Adventures with Superman spinoff.
I mean, it's the same font. Like the My Adventures is in the same font, and oh,
The
this makes
weird
me so
part is
happy.
that like James Gunn didn't just outright say it because we can see it with our eyes. Because wasn't there a Green Lantern already in My Adventures with Superman?
It was like an alien, yeah, but he's dead. He was dead. Right,
Yeah,
I
but at
killed
least
him.
it confirms Green Lanterns exist.
Yeah.
So
Oh God, I'm just like, I'm so happy. I love My Adventures Superman and like expanding this
mm,
universe with other characters. Like, yes, a modern DCAU, a new DCAU. Like that's
first of
what we
all,
need.
that's great, and second of all, oh good, Superman's not going to die.
Yes.
But yeah, series gonna follow Jessica Cruz as her life upended when a Green Lantern power ring falls from the sky. Pretty generic bio, but like Jessica
but
Cruz though.
Si- but please have Simon. Please
Please
be
have
Simon. Like
everybody in it. I need
just
Joe.
everyone. Yeah.
I need Joe in the My Adventures of Superman art style to show up in this show with her freaking cool
Yes.
glasses and her awesome cape and just like style on everybody. Like, it needs to
Yes.
happen.
I'm so happy they're making more in this universe because, like,
Mhm.
there's always, they hinted, like, there's hints of Batman with Vicky and also Vicky and stuff like that, and now with the Green Lantern and Hawkman with the Danagirian Lantern we saw in season 2.
I
So
want
them
My
expand.
Adventures with Hawkman so we can have a story where he doesn't just get killed immediately.
Yeah, I know, right? Or my eventual Hawk Girl.
Either or. I'm not picky. I just don't want Hawkman to show up and then die immediately, right, Cass?
Exactly. You can do more than die.
Exactly.
Fly with
Uh,
his meaty legs.
This is I
uh,
think the most exciting announcement so far.
I can't. I love my Avengers so much, and like it just breathes new life in DC. I'm
Mhm.
so happy we're getting more from this universe.
Yep.
Like essentially that. Like like Cape Crusader. I think it's fine, but like I think this is what we really need with DC animation is just a new fresh universe
Something
like this.
fresh is nice for sure.
hmm
All right, the next show. This is fresh because we never had anything like this. A Starfire animated series, which is cool. I mean, it came out of nowhere. I saw there's a rumor floating around some characters that might be in it as well, which I think is great. But it's supposed to be an origin story for the characters, so maybe it can be space based because the background looks a little things. Now we don't know if this is going to be its own standalone thing or if it's going to be like an origin for Starfire in the Teen Titans movie that's also been announced.
Yeah,
But
because even though
I'll
my
take it.
because with the My Adventures with Green Lantern, they had the DC Studio logo also, but that's clearly in the My Adventures universe,
Yeah,
obviously.
this looks
This
like to
is
be its
just
own
also
thing and probably not related to the Beast Boy animated series that came out 3 months ago that nobody talked about because they didn't market it at all.
wasn't that done by the people who did the Aquaman, like
I
in
think so.
Atlantis?
It's
Right?
been up on YouTube for 3 months, and then people suddenly started talking about it because someone posted a clip, and they're like, "This is really fun." And everyone's like, "When did this come out?" Because it never got any marketing.
It was coming. I remember it was coming out. It wasn't
Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember it
what's
was
his name.
coming out. I just didn't know it came out, but it's like it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I forgot what it's called. It's like Beast Boy Lone Wolf or something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then lastly, we have a new Superpowers series. This will be following Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra learning at a school headed by Principal Martian Manhunter.
So it's CC Superhero Girls then.
Yeah,
Well, but like with more, but not just girl, like girl focus and all that stuff.
exactly.
Interesting.
And the fact they put Terra in there is interesting because I would love it if they went the entire series without her betraying the team and working for Deathstroke. Just as a
This is
swerve.
interesting.
Like everyone's expecting it, and she does something like kind of unhinged, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is the turn," and then it just never happens.
Viteki, you said Terra's alive, but this is not connected to anything. This is
That's a
weird.
whole new thing, yeah.
Yeah, this is weird. Like it's weird because it's the main and the style is like the old superpower toy line and
Yep.
stuff. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a toy based show because DC's been doing those like what Justice League Metal Force like animated episodes things on their YouTube
Yeah.
channel. So to tie in with the Spin Master toys and such like that. So like I don't know if it's meant to be like that. The premise sounds interesting. I mean, it sounds like because the way I describe your principal, school and principal Martian Manor gives you like DC Supergirl vibes, and that's not a bad thing. Bad thing at all. But it's just kind of interesting that like it's something interesting. I'm curious what this is gonna be. Like, like
I'm also
it
curious, like,
sounds
who's it being aimed at? What's the art style going to be like? Like, how
yeah,
is the
because like
is it going to be comedy focused or action based? All that
yeah,
good
because
stuff.
like my because my Adventure Green Lantern is actually probably gonna be the same quality and tone as my Adventure Superman. Starfire is gonna be origin story, so I imagine it's gonna be so you kind of figure it's gonna be some kind of like discover yourself kind of thing. I imagine it's never gonna be aimed at like a young adult like novel audience. I imagine,
Mhm.
or even kids because Teen Titans. This one I can't
Hellfire says, no,
tell.
no, no, someone else works for Deathstroke and Sinatera. That would be the better joke. Yep, it's going to be Plastic Man.
No, but yet, and he gets duped by accident.
Yes.
This one, I can't tell because the premise make it sound like for kids, like these Zero Girls, but like I'm not sure it's meant to be like in that same
And
realm
it's
where,
just in development right now, so they may not have even figured
yeah,
that out yet.
yeah. But out of
Yeah.
all these, I can't wait for My Adventures Green
My
Lantern.
Adventures
Just
of Green
that,
Lantern makes me the most excited because I do like me some Green Lantern. Blade Runner did make a good point though. Lightning, but not thunder. Or is there another lightning in DC? I kind of imagine that maybe Thunder will be there since her sister's in the show. It would make maybe sense. It's like, oh hey, here's my big sister Thunder. Isn't she cool? I
all
also
right.
like Black
Nice.
Lightning characters existing in stuff.
Wait. Which light? I knew I was. Oh yeah, there's other characters. Mean Thunder and Lightning in DC. I'm thinking of the Teen Titans 2003 versions of them.
Oh god, I forgot they existed.
I don't even think they were even based on any. I don't
No,
know.
they
They're
were
really
just like there
original
and
character. Yeah, I think they're original characters. Which I like their dynamic. I like that episode a lot.
yeah.
For that.
No, I forgot about them. All right, in other news, there is a 2D action RPG based on Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Guys, the insanity they went through here. Publisher Red Dunes Games and Dutch developer Blast Zero have announced Samurai Pizza Cats Blast from the Past. It is going to be on all major platforms, including PC and Steam, launching in 2026. The crazy part about this is it's like, okay, you got like tag team battles, you got special attacks, level up.
It's like Cuphead before '90s anime.
The English
When I-
cast
Yes,
includes
go ahead.
Rick Jones as Speedy Cerviche, Sonia Ball as Polyester, Terrence Schammel as Guido Anchovy and the narrator, and Dean Hagopin as Big Cheese. That's the original English cast.
Like they're old. Like
Yes.
it was impressive that they now it came back, but they sound like they didn't change their voices. Their voices sound almost the same back then. Also,
And here's the
last
thing,
year,
the Japanese cast is also mostly the same cast, except Seichiro Yamashita is joining as Tsukashi. He's taking over for Jirodo Kusogi, his senior at the same talent agency.
that's cool.
How the heck did they pull that off?
This is a pure passion project.
Satoru
Also, I mean,
Akahori is the screenwriter for the game, and he was the screenwriter for the original Ninja Cat show. What the hell is who is putting this much love into it? I don't know, but I really, really appreciate it. Like this is insane.
you know what's even cooler? Last year, uploaded a behind the scenes of because they made new animation for the trailer and it's cell animated. Like they
It
are
is
like
cell animated, and they have artists that worked on the original
Tatsunoko.
stuff.
Yes.
Tatsunoko
Yeah,
Studio worked on the animation.
yeah, there's a whole behind the scene video on Blasio's YouTube channel. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. And then also, like, here's shots of the gameplay, and like the gameplay
It
looks just
reminds me so much of Ganbare Goemon.
Yeah, I know. It got me
Um,
Goemon vibes so much. I love Goemon.
You ever seen the Super Famicom Ganbare Goemon?
Like
And then I had to show some people who never heard of Goemon what Goemon looks like.
it looks like it's this is RPG, but like it reminds me of like Cuphead with the 2D action levels and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
love
totally.
that look.
this is practically Cuphead for anime because it has the. I won't be surprised if the animation is also cell animated.
Guys, is
like
this a shot of the English cast? It's like,
yeah, I think it
holy
is.
crap.
Pretty sure it is.
This show got dubbed like in the early 90s, so it's amazing
Well-
they got them all back for this.
Reviewer don't know. Samurai Pizza Cats is a gagged up. I was like one of the gagged up. I was like one of those like funniest gagged up because from what I
Yeah.
hear, right, they didn't even get the scripts for the original Japanese.
I've heard
right?
two stories. I've heard they didn't get the scripts, and I heard they got the scripts, but they didn't have a translator.
Yeah,
And so they
So they
decided
just
to just
literally
wing
made-
it.
wing it.
Of a story that Sabat said about DBZ back in the day, where their scripts are actually based off the Mexican scripts.
Yeah. And look at this here. This is the cell animation being painted by hand.
it's crazy that out all things to get a anime version for a anime Cuphead, it's Samurai Pizza Cats.
It's so funny too because like Pizza Cats has been kind of in this weird thing where like outside of Discotek releasing the show, which I agree with Spin Dash, they need to release the Japanese version on SD Blu-ray to get back out there again.
Yes, please.
Because I missed the DVD set on it, but it's wild that they're like 35th anniversary of the show. Let's just make a freaking all out balls to the wall game on it because like this is incredible to like see that they're doing all this work on it.
It was really kind of wholesome seeing how much people like I saw on my timeline on Blue Sky were like loving it. It was really wholesome. Like it's like I didn't know Samurai Pizza Cat was just like unanimously we all
Right?
agree it's great.
I thought it was
Seriously.
just a weird thing I knew about and like a couple other people.
A lot of people grew up with it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, like, I didn't watch it in its original airing, but I had the Saban Power Hour comics that came with, like, Power Rangers and Beetleborgs, but they had Samurai Pizza Cats comic strips in those. And it's, like, it's wild. It's just wild to see, like, this much love for it, but, like, I'm so happy. Like, this is legitimately, like, one of the coolest things ever. You know?
Like, you know, so many fandoms are, like, so toxic nowadays and all that. So
Hey, Commodore 64.
To see Samurai Pizza Cats be like unanimously, yeah, we all love this. It's kind of wholesome.
Yeah. It's really fantastic.
So this won't come out this year. This is a 2026 release, and if the whole game is being like animated by Cell, like Cuphead, yeah, it's gonna take a while. Which what we've seen so far, it looks great.
It looks amazing. It's like time didn't even pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Again, the voice acting. Again, the voice acting just sounds like back in the day. It's impressive.
All right, now for me to go on my soapbox about how great Andor is. Andor Season 2 is coming up April 22nd. People yesterday on the healthy side of Star Wars Twitter, there is two sides of Star Wars Twitter.
I was say that is this.
there is a healthy side. It's like a little pocket. I found them during the Acolyte, and it's like, oh, people like Star Wars. People were like, you know, we're like 2 months out. Where's our trailer? Here's our trailer for Andor Season 2. Okay, so Andor Season 1 was absolutely incredible and is by far my favorite live-action Star Wars show ever made. It's like Andor, and then like everything is like at most like just a little like far down. This show, it's fantastic. And so the thing is that Andor as a series is just great. But it's been like 2 years since the first season premiered. It's been a while because the producing 12 episodes of Star Wars that are like an hour each is a lot of work, especially when they build sets.
And make it like, because that's isn't that the problem with Star Wars Disney Plus is they look too much like the movies. So
Yes.
like,
in this case, they build like massive, like they built a whole city basically for season 1 to film in. And they did that again this time. So the first season was the first year of Cassian Andor's story on his like journey to become like part of the rebellion. And then season 2 is going to be the next 4 years leading up to Rogue One. So that way it's 3 episodes of arcs for three episodes for a year. And they did confirm the 12 episodes are not going to be airing weekly, which I think is smart because week to week, like the show's ratings are not amazing. It's definitely one of those they make it for the accolades.
The show is good, but it's definitely not Era's cup of tea.
No, definitely not. It's like a slow burn, like sci-fi drama.
It's a political drama. It's a political drama.
Yes,
like,
it is. And so they're gonna. But it's interesting here is this, I'm glad they're doing this because when they did Andor season 1, they did the first 3 and then they aired the rest weekly.
There's a Falcon put the schedule on our Movies and More channel. So
okay, because I was gonna say they're breaking it up into 4 weekly drops of 3 episodes each. Is that the schedule that they posted?
Yeah, so April 22nd is episode 1 to 3. April 29th is episode 4 to 6. May 6th is April episode 7 to 9, and May 13th is episode 10 to 12. So that's
perfect.
That's 3 episodes. It's not the weird ass like how Friendly Spider-Man were like 2, 3, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Scenario there.
And season 1 was broken up into 4 3-episode chunks, so season 2 the same way, but air them in the chunks their story arcs are in is perfect. I think that's really smart. And yeah, see, Mr. Dookie says, hot take, I was only really interested in what was happening with Andor. I could take or leave Luthen and Mon Mothma. That's totally fair. It is kind of a it's like a 4-prong show. There's like 4 storylines that are going on. There's like Cassian Andor's story, there's Luthen Rao's story, there's Mon Mothma's story, and there's the Imperial story of like everything that's going on. They kind of cut between those 4 perspectives. I find the Mon Mothma stuff interesting because I'm a long-term Star Wars fan that's always wanted to know more about Mon Mothma. Not realizing she was in a marriage she hated. She feels ineffectual as a leader and wants to do something by helping the rebellion, and eventually leads her to joining the rebellion and stuff. And like that's interesting to me. But I also totally get it if people aren't into that, because it's like the political side of Star Wars that is not always the flashiest or most exciting, but it's the kind of stuff I really like.
That's why you like the prequels.
That is why I like the prequels, yes. But I will say that the political stuff in the prequel movies didn't work for me initially because A, I was a child, and B, it wasn't really fleshed out in the movies. It was kind of explained more in the Clone Wars and some of the expanded material. But like, I find it interesting now, but I totally get why other people don't. Anyways, point is, my favorite Disney Plus Star Wars show, and in the trailer, they have a bunch of scenes from Season 2. We know in Season 2 we're going to get to see K2SO, who was played by Alan Tudyk in Rogue One.
Alan Tudyk.
Yes, the droid friend. Ben Mendelsohn's going to be back as Director Krennic, which is going to be really, really cool. Lots of cool stuff in this. The thing I really liked about the trailer is that it's cutting all this stuff together. They did something different. Star Wars has never really used like contemporary music in its trailers before, but this trailer did. And it's a song about like rebellion and revolution that they cut the trailer to, and it just
revolution.
different revolution. But anyways, it hits really good, and I really, really liked it. And I've been waiting for a long time for this to come out, so I'm super stoked. It's going to be kind of wild because this is going to drop like right after Daredevil wraps. Like it's going to be like Daredevil starts and then Daredevil ends, and then this hits. So I'm just going to be having a great
2 cakes.
2 cakes. 2 cakes. Very, very excited. And I'm glad they're dropping it in batches of 3, because like the week-to-week wait for me was killer on Season 1, because I was like, what happens next? And there was always good breaks. Every 3 episodes was a good break. So it's like, okay, now we get. I'm also planning to rewatch Season 1 again, of course, before Season 2, because as you can tell, I'm very excited. For me, and a lot of people, are like, oh, Star Wars should go on a break. And I was always like, Star Wars can go on a break after Andor Season 2. And also because it's the last season of the show, they're not going to do any more seasons. Because it's going to lead right into Rogue One, which is smart.
There's no room.
There's no room.
Donnie Yen?
I don't know if Donnie... no, they haven't met... Well, Donnie Yen was in Rogue One, so he wouldn't be in this show. Because they meet him for the first time there. But... it's supposed... I know they said originally, it's going to lead into Rogue One the way that Rogue One leads into A New Hope. So... I haven't rewatched Rogue One in like years, and I'm waiting to rewatch Rogue One as like the final episode of Andor. That's
like but like from what I hear, like Andor is just so much better than Rogue One.
It really is. Like everything that Rogue One did good, they used for Andor, and then got the stuff that didn't work for Rogue One out, and so it just kind of works that way. That being said, as well, they thought about doing 5 seasons, with each season being a year. But both Tony Gilroy, the showrunner, and Diego Luna, who's Cassian, both said, we don't want to be doing Star Wars for 10 years. So let's just do one more season to wrap this up.
Also, I don't know how do you stretch that little time gap.
I mean, you can do it. You can do it, because Season 1 was 1 year. But I think that they smartly decided the first year is going to have more story than years 2 through 4, right?
This planet will flow in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Because it's a 5-year gap, and so, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. And yes, as Kamen Jojo said, Andor is a Mexican man. It's actually written into the story of Andor that he is a refugee.
So it's Mexico. So wait, it's Mexico in space.
Basically, yes. And one of my favorite things is I saw there was a story when Rogue One came out. When Rogue One came out, there was someone who took their father to go see it because their father's a big Star Wars fan. And Cassian Andor walks out onto screen, and he's speaking in his natural, like Diego Luna's using his natural Mexican accent. And this person's father started crying because they're like,
Aw.
no one ever lets Mexicans keep their accents in movies, and now it exists in Star Wars. And I just like think about that is like there's certain things that just hit people so emotionally with like filmmaking and TV production. That's like one of those things that is amazing.
It's why representation matters.
Yeah, exactly. Because that person's father loved Star Wars all their life, but they never saw themselves in Star Wars until that moment. And so, anyways, Diego Luna's great. This show's amazing, and I cannot wait for it to come out. The only thing that's going to make the wait easier is because I get Daredevil in between. Yes, I'm so excited. Also, side note, because I didn't add it to the notes, but the Marvel producers on Daredevil confirmed today they're developing a Punisher special for Disney Plus.
Sick.
So remember,
which I think is better than making a Punisher season 3, because I think it kind of works better. When
He doesn't think about Punisher's one of my top 3 favorites. He doesn't always need a big long series though, or movie, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Because like when I was watching the first episode of season 2, and I'm like, is this all the story we got to work with?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even as a fan, I'm like, he works in short bursts.
Yep. I think doing a special presentation would be great because we haven't had one of those. Like,
so what you're saying is Frank is gonna meet Kevin Bacon.
I hope so, or he can meet Werewolf by Night,
Frank Castle,
played by another Mexican actor that got to keep his accent, Gael Garcia Bernal. So, who was also friends with Diego Luna. It's funny they had the Werewolf by Night and Andor come out like back to back, and those two guys are like long-term friends, and they have like a production company in Mexico and everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Always reminds me of Roger. I hear that. All I can think of is the story, the biography of Robert Rodriguez and how he made his first film. Like that.
It's as a lot of
people
things.
Don't know,
yeah,
I recommend people look up Robert Rodriguez's like biography. It's just interesting read as listen.
Because a lot of Frankencastle meets Werewolf by Night. Oh, I'd only be so lucky.
That sounds like a Bill and Ted.
Yes, there was a comic Frankencastle that had a crossover with Doc and Wolverine. It was great. Anyways, so but no, the thing is that a lot of and Cassie, we can also speak to this as well, as Hispanic and Latino community is very community based, right? It's like if someone 100%. Makes it big, yeah, someone makes it big, you bring your friends along, right?
100%.
Yeah, totally.
That's how we are. Mexicans and Puerto Ricans.
Yep, definitely. It's very much that no one's left behind mentality carries forward a lot in the art and the pursuit of goals.
I mean, heck, what do we say to each other? Even if we don't know each other, I don't know if you heard us. Well, at least in Ricans we do it. Well, even if it's a stranger, we say primo, cousin. We don't even know them. We still call them cousin.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason why Blue Beetle is such a good movie.
Yep. it's all about community and pulling everybody together. All right, let's get into comic book news. There is a ton because Comics Pro was this past weekend.
Oh, that's why we're getting all the
Comics Pro is like a summit for comic professionals to like announce their upcoming projects for publishers to talk about what they're working on, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the Menace.
It's Jeff the Land Shark. So, also this coincided with May solicitations hit at the same time, I think, or June solicitation, something. Anyways, Jeff the Land Shark's getting a 5-issue miniseries by Kelly Thompson with art by Toki Tokoro with covers by Guder Hiru. So this is the first time Jeff has had a limited series all to himself, and
isn't like a Marvel Unlimited thing.
It's a full-on comic. As a reminder, all of his Marvel Unlimited comics are getting published into a digest trade in March.
It's Jeff.
It's Jeff, yeah. And so this is going to come out. I'm excited. It looks great.
I do love that Visiting mentioned his pop from Marvel Rivals, and look who's on the cover. Everyone on the covers in Marvel Rivals.
Exactly. Pretty cool. All right, now downswing time. There's a Spider-Man and Wolverine comic that seems to be set in the 90s, but it's written by Mark Guggenheim, a person I never want to write Spider-Man because of what he said about Mary Jane years ago.
Oh God.
Like, I just rather him not. But anyways, there's that, and Carrie Andrews is going to do art.
I do love that cover.
That cover's great. That cover's by what's the main cover? Oh yeah, it's Carrie Andrews. That's the thing, is this is one of those books I'll probably read because the art. Because I think the art's great. Anyways, good stuff. All right. Next up, in the world of who asked for this, Giant Size X-Men is getting redone by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing with Adam Kubert on art, where it's what if Kamala Khan was part of Giant Size X-Men #1?
What?
Why? I have no idea. They're also going to be following this up with more one-shots that are based on iconic storylines with Days of Future Past, Age of Apocalypse, House of M, and Dark Phoenix. History is shaped and shattered the time and time again. What if those moments held deeper secrets? What if the past could be rewritten?
I
don't know why.
What's the Teen Titans Go Bumblebee and Bumblebee?
Yeah, it's Giant Size X-Men and Miss Marvel.
Oh.
I know it's the Giant Size X-Men anniversary, but like, and I know that they're doing other things, but Corey Ross said they replaced Banshee with Miss Marvel. Actually, it is an upgrade. I like Banshee, but
how is like going on a big speed? How do you feel about Kamala's integration of X-Men? Because to me,
it has not worked whatsoever.
Yeah, it just feels so slapdash.
It feels like when Wolverine was on the Avengers. It's like, you are a Avengers character. Why are you with X-Men? Just like when Wolverine was on the Avengers, I'm like, you are a X-Men character. Why are you on Avengers?
Beast, I didn't feel that way for Beast.
Beast really fits better because Beast's personality blends with the Avengers better. Same with Storm on the Avengers as well. Like, they feel like they're like ambassadors for mutant kind. Wolverine's a little too rough and tumble to be in that kind of position, and it feels like he was just put on the Avengers to sell the Avengers comic.
I also think because a lot of things that people love about Beast came from his time in Avengers.
Yes.
I think some people don't realize that.
Because when the original 5 X-Men broke up following Giant Size X-Men, you got Beast on the Avengers, you had Iceman and Angel and Champions. That was where those characters got really developed in the hands of more consistent teams and more sturdy writers. I've been reading Champions recently, because I've been kind of on an old Marvel kick, and Iceman and Angel get way more to do there than they ever did in X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. But yeah, I think AR, that's a good point. If there was more special ops Avengers team, then Wolverine would have fit. I agree. I think him being on like the flagship Avengers just feels like obvious marketing push. Anyways, moving on. Going into an exciting thing, we have Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. So this is going to see Miles Morales enter the new Ultimate Universe.
Confused, because it was a bit confusing how they worded it. Because Miles Morales, so people don't, the comic history for people. So Miles Morales, originated from the original Ultimate Universe,
which was Earth 1610.
1610. Then after the 2015 Secret Wars event, he merged with the 616 universe, where now it was pretty much like his whole life and such merged with 616. So the Miles in 616 has just been born. Has been born in 616. It just has, but all the events of his run happen at that. Well, some exceptions and such like that, like Peter's death and such, right? So it was confusing reading this, because I remember in Ultimate Invasion, Maker went to Miles in 616 because the book began in 616, inviting him to come back, and Miles was like, "I don't know who you are. Get out of my house," pretty much. And so, is this supposed to be 616 Miles, or is this like original?
This is supposed to be 616 Miles.
Coming to the new
6160 universe for Ultimate, yes.
Okay, because this blurb this blurb was the way they wrote.
It's written really poorly to describe what it is, because the thing that tells me that this is also 616 Miles, it's co-written by Cody Ziegler, who's
the current writer. Yeah.
So it's going to be Dennis Camp, who writes Ultimates, and Cody Ziegler, who writes Miles Morales, and then the art's by Jonas Schraff. I'm excited because I knew this was coming. Like, we knew from the beginning, like, there was going to be, hey, Sentai Ranger Donnie. We knew from the beginning that this was going to happen. There was going to be some crossover between the main universe and Ultimate, but I think using Miles as the bridge is really smart because he was from the original Ultimate universe, and he's like the one that was him
and Maker were the only remaining of original 1610.
Yeah. And I like his suit he's wearing. I don't know if that's new or if that's in his book, but
I like it.
It looks cool.
I like it.
Okay, in speaking of events, we got a new teaser for Jonathan Hickman's next Marvel event, is called Imperial, and you can see that there's a Nova helmet in Rubble, because if there's one thing I can say about characters I like, it's that they get trapped in cycles. Hawkman always dies immediately after he gets focused on something, and the Nova Corps always gets wiped out as soon as there is one. But I'm excited.
Is Sam safe? Is he?
I don't
is
know
he
where
okay?
Sam is these days. He showed up for Kamala's funeral, and I haven't seen him since.
I miss Sam. I love Sam so much.
I don't know. Blade Raider, the Spider-Man comic, it's probably a flashback series. They do this a lot. I just finished reading a Wolverine series that just takes place in the 80s. It's just like they'll fit it between a couple issues that already existed.
Well, like, do you have the cap? Do you have the cap thing here?
I have the cap news. That's the next one.
Okay.
New Captain America creative team, Chip Zdarsky and Valero Sheedy on Captain America, which I'm hyped because it's Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah, and I feel like we talked about this yesterday on the member stream. Become a member, you want to see that? Where I feel like Captain America, unlike other heroes, is not as spy like a hawk like other like Spider-Man or Batman. So like I feel like Chip Zdarsky could do something really good with Captain America.
Because I haven't been reading much Captain America, but I got into Cap comics because I read the United States of Captain America, which was this great 5-issue miniseries where it's like Steve, Sam, and Bucky and John Walker are like looking into someone's targeting Captain America across the country. And what they find out is that there's a whole network of ordinary people stepping up to be the Captain America of their community. And so they go on this like road trip to like find out who's trying to attack them and to meet all these other Captain Americas. And I really liked that series. And then that kind of led me into reading. They did Spirit of Truth or Symbol of Truth and Sentinel of
Are those the recent?
Liberty. Those are pretty recent. One was by Lansing and Kelly. One was by I forgot who did the Sam comic, but it was a Steve comic and a Sam comic. And they intertwined, they did a cool crossover, and they did some cool stuff, and then it ended, and then J. Michael Straczynski came in to do Captain America, and I wasn't that interested in that run. I read the first issue, wasn't feeling it. So I'm really excited to read another Cap comic. Because
the J. Michael Straczynski run's not bad. I heard it's pretty decent, so maybe it's one to get better.
I think it just wasn't my cup of tea. But I'm excited for Chip Zdarsky to be writing Captain America, because when it comes to his Marvel work, he never misses.
I feel like DC, and not like it's a huge miss, but I feel like DC gives him more he runs into more DC editorial than Marvel with the characters he gets put on and such like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Hellfire says, how's Ultimates? Probably my favorite comic from the Ultimate Universe, and one of my favorite comics currently ongoing right now, because
I mean, all the Ultimate books are good.
All of them are great, but like Dennis Camp manages to make Ultimates insanely relevant to current times without feeling like he's trying to make it insanely relevant. Like, it's very natural, and it's just the way it does it is just amazing.
Dennis Camp has really become one of my favorite new comic writers of all time, and he's new. Like, he's very very much a fresh writer.
So, anyways, Chip Zdarsky, I always like his Marvel stuff, and so I'm excited for his Captain America, which is exciting. All right, next up, Spider-Girl is spinning out of the Spider-Boy comic and getting her own series, written by Toru Grumback and art by Andrew Rizzo. That's neat. Cool. Moving on.
I don't like her design at all. I grew to like Spider-Boy's design, but Spider-Girl, nah.
What do you got, Cass? I heard Cass pop up. What you got thoughts on Spider-Girl?
Nah.
Cool.
Literally no.
Yeah. Bring On the Bad Guys is going to be what is this? This one-shots? I think it's a series of one-shots, right? A 7-part event celebrating 50 years of the Bring On the Bad Guys trade paperback.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't Bring On the Bad Guys like a thing from Marvel before?
It was, yeah. It was like they had a trade paperback that was like all the...
oh god, that Green Goblin. It's so manic. It's so manic. It's Maximum Overdrive all over again.
The original Bring On the Bad Guys, I think it was a trade paperback of like all the like origin stories of several villains, and then they made it like an event It was like, look at all the bad guys showing up, and they've used that title so many times. It's like been episodes of Spider-Man or called.
It's like a market. It's like a marketing kind
That's
of.
The first thing I think of is Spider-Man, even though they're a bunch of villains there.
And so now we're gonna get a set of one-shots. So Doom, Green Goblin, Abomination, Loki, Red Skull, Dormammu, and Mephisto. And the Doom one's gonna be written by Mark Guggenheim. Damn it! With art by Stefano Raffaello. Guggenheim's such a hit or miss writer. And I mean really hit or miss. He wrote a great Planet of the Apes comic recently.
He's not writing Abomination, is he?
I don't think he's writing Abomination. I think it's going to be different creative teams than all the others. But they haven't said who's doing the others yet. All right. Next up. Also, Zeltrax, the first trade of Ultimate Spider-Man's out, I think, already.
I think the first two are now out, I want to say.
I know we just hit issue 14, so maybe the second one's not quite out yet, but the first one definitely is. Marvel Premiere Collection.
Ultimate just came out on trade, I know that.
Yeah. Marvel Premiere Collection, actually stand by. I have one of these.
oh yeah, you bought one, right?
I bought one. Let me not trip over all the Batmobiles and grab it.
Your fleet?
My fleet of Batmobiles. Okay. Here's what a Marvel Premiere Collection looks like. These are Marvel's answers to DC Compact comics, where they kind of missed the entire point. They're just a slightly... Hold on, where's the trade paperback? They're only slightly smaller than a trade paperback, right? Barely smaller than a trade. They are $15, which is almost the price of a trade.
Missing the point. Oh, why Compacts did very well.
Compacts did well because they were easily put in a bag, and they were $10. These are a little bit bigger, $15. The other thing I found is I bought the Daredevil Born Again one. The paper quality is not as nice as the compact comics. And then also
the comics are like nice glossy paper, aren't they?
Yeah, this is kind of like matte flat paper, and it's Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli's Daredevil Born Again. Great comic, right? I'm trying to find a page I can actually show.
Again.
Great comic. Obviously, they re-released this for the movie. I know I'm almost 30. And my eyes aren't the greatest. I obviously wear glasses. I had trouble reading this because the font, because of the way it's printed on the matte paper, it's not as clear as it is on the DC compacts. And also maybe my eyes are just getting bad. But I could not read this at nighttime, for example. I had to read it in like a bright lit room.
You need you need your Game Boy Advance like worm light.
Basically, yeah. So it took me like a week to read this whole thing, even though it's not that long. I will give them credit. They did put bonus material in here. There's like scripts and artist sketches and clean covers, and it's got like an introduction by Charlie Cox and Frank Miller that were written for it. It's nice, but like
we can keep the Charlie Cox. I'm not sure we need the Frank Miller.
Yeah, the Frank Miller one's interesting because he didn't sound like an insane man. So I was like, how edited was this? It does make me want to read Frank Miller's Daredevil run though, because it was
before. It was before he went cuckoo.
Yeah, it was way before he went cuckoo. Because it's like when I was rereading Batman Year One, I was like, damn, Frank Miller used to know how to make comics before he went.
And then 9/11 happened.
Yeah, basically. So I'm glad I picked it up because it gave me like a taste of that run, and I want to read more of that run. But I'm also like, because he uses so many narration boxes that I'm like, I think I need to buy the omnibus just so I can read it without having to squint and hurt my eyes. Anyways, I might be getting old too. I think a Near Mint Condition said it on a stream recently. He's like, I think I'm just preferring oversized hardcover because my eyes are getting old and it's easier to read.
How are you reading manga?
I'm reading manga on an iPad right now.
That's true.
And also, manga has less words per page. Something like One Piece is like the densest manga I've ever read, but it has less words per page than like any page of Frank Miller's Daredevil.
You're like Undead Luck then.
Yay. All right. So, speaking of comics I don't like, or creatives I don't like, Mark Millar, and comics I don't like, Civil War. That's the next one that they're releasing is Civil War. And it's going to contain all 7 issues of the main series for $15.
I didn't like it when it came out.
Hey, look, another comic! Hey, look,
another comic by Mark Millar, who I don't like, and also is one I don't like, Old Man Logan, which is Wolverine 66 to 72 plus Old Man Logan giant size. Also, they put Wolverine 1988, 16 to 22. It's actually the 1998 series.
Hey, we got another. Hey, at least you got a comic you like.
Hey, it's one I like. Matt Fraction and David Aja's Hawkeye, Barton, and Bishop.
So, question about Matt Fraction's.
And this one comes with
Hawkeye
issues 1 to 11, and my God, Young Avengers presents number 6 yet again.
So, can I ask about the Matt Fraction?
Yes.
Hawkeye run. So it's been collecting multiple things. There's the Omni, there's the single trade, and then what? There's the Saga of Hawkeye.
The
right?
Saga of Hawkeye is still your best bet because this is only.
Yeah, I was saying.
This is half the story for 15. The Saga book, I think, is still 40 for the entire run.
And you probably could get a discount some places also.
Yeah, like let me just pop on Amazon real quick and see how much that one's going for. I'd go pull it off my shelf, but it's on the middle shelf that broke recently, and so it's a lot tighter of a fit. So it's not a lot harder to get to.
How much of a avalanche was that?
It didn't fall, luckily, but it cracked, and so I fixed it. Okay, you can buy the Saga of Barton and Bishop on Amazon right now for $25.
That's still a steal.
And you get Hawkeye 1 to 22 Annual 1 and Young Avengers Presents number 6, the entire run. Or you can spend 15 and get half of it in a smaller size.
Yep. The period collection is not hitting it. Like even ignoring like the even if you were a fan of Civil War, Old Man Logan, I still don't think they're a great deal.
Yeah, I think you could just get the regular trades for them, and it's almost basically the same experience. But I think that the problem, I know somebody mentioned this, and I think this is 100% a thing. Someone mentioned Marvel has less standalone stories to pull from, to put into a format like this. DC has a ton of, like, iconic standalone storylines you could just read in a bubble. Marvel has less of that, and I think that's kind of the problem. Muteki knows Civil War II was much, much worse. I think it's the problem here is there's less for them to work with.
How do you think I feel as a Carol? You think how I feel as a Carol fan? That ruined Carol for so many people.
I'm also a Hawkeye fan. Do you guys know what Hawkeye did during that?
Hope you're not a Hulk fan.
Yeah, I know. Well. Hawkeye killed Hulk. How do you think it made me feel as a Hawkeye and Hulk fan? Anyways, I just don't think these are really working out. You know what actually would be a good fit for this instead of Old Man Logan? A good Wolverine comic, like Weapon X. I bought a trade, the most recent, like, it's like the quote-unquote deluxe edition trade, and it's like less than 200 pages. That's a comic you could put into a compact and would sell, I think, just as much as Old Man Logan, except I think it's better. Because it's Weapon X, and it is standalone. It doesn't have, like, baggage.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't give Mark Millar money. I don't know if if the creators are getting money for these. I just don't like Mark Millar a lot, for many reasons. Alright, time to go to the DC news, which is sourced from, like, 4 different places, because DC does not put all their stuff on their website like Marvel does.
I hate that. It's so hard to keep up with news with them.
I know, it's like ridiculous, like how I'm always having to go through multiple sources just for DC because they can't just put it on their website. LPH said we need Civil War 3 in space. No, we do not.
That happened already. It just wasn't called Civil War.
It was called Annihilation.
Yeah.
The thing with that though is that the Guardians of the Galaxy were involved in Civil War 2, and it was my favorite Civil War 2 tie-in. Because, like, Carol's like, come fight the Civil War with us. And Peter's like, yeah, we should go do it. And Rocket, like, this is a stupid idea, but fine. Carol's on our team. Like, we should go help her out. Like, you know, all right, fine, we'll do it. But, you know, Rocket's like, but if we get stuck on Earth, I'm going to blame all of you. So anyways, they get their ship blown up during Civil War 2, and they're trapped on Earth. And Rocket's like, you know what? This team is finished because you didn't all listen to me. And then Peter's like, I should go home and find out if my family's still here. And it actually caused the Guardians to have this whole arc called Grounded, where they were stuck on Earth, and everybody had to cope with the fact they were stuck on Earth. Peter had to be an actual adult. Rocket had to figure out that, you know, Kraven the Hunter will go after anything that looks like an animal. Groot planted himself in Central Park. Gamora tried to kill Thanos. And Drax went and found out the true roots of the human body he's been inhabiting for years. So it was like actual character stuff spun out of a terrible event. I give Bendis crap a lot, but he cooked with that one.
Chicken salad out of chicken, you know what?
Yeah. It also brought Ben Grimm, Flash Thompson, and Angela back to Earth, where they needed to be for their stories.
Oh yeah, Ben Grimm was in that run.
The second half of Bendis' Guardians is wild. He's like, yep, we got Flash Thompson Venom on here, we got Angela, we got Ben Grimm, we got Kitty Pryde as Star-Lord.
Kitty Pryde was on there also, yeah.
She wasn't just that Kitty Pryde was on it, she was also Star-Lord, because Peter left to go be, like, king of his planet.
Yeah.
Alright. In the world of, this was made for me, Elvira and Harley Quinn are getting a crossover comic. Which is just like...
What?
Is that not perfect?
Dude, you already know.
I mean the Elvira part. The Elvira part, yes. Other half.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Harley, right? This book is going to be written and drawn by Amanda Cotter and Jimmy Palmiotti, the two people that actually know how to make Harley Quinn comics.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good. We have a good creative team, yay.
And on top of that, it is, of course, approved by Elvira actress Cassandra Peterson, because she owns the character, and she's going to approve every single thing that's going on. DC and Dynamite are teaming up for this, and both publishers wanted Amanda Cotter and Jimmy Palmiotti, and Cassandra wanted them as well, because they are the best creative team for Harley Quinn, by far.
Mean, you know, Harley's got a lot to lose. As soon as Elvira becomes Commando Elvira, she's got to lose automatically.
Yeah. Commando. It's like she has like a state change. It's just like, and now I'm Commando Elvira.
It's like a Yakuza. It's like a no. It's a Yakuza stand change.
Yes. It's funny because Commando Elvira just dropped into my pile of loot today. I'm very excited about this because any new Elvira comics is already a great thing, and then like the fact it's Connor and Palmiotti on Harley Quinn is like, there we go. That's how we do it. All right. Next up, Mr. Terrific Year 1. Damn, the Synergy Machine does give me things from time to time. This is going to be.
I really should pick out that DC. I should pick out that new DC multi. I should get that DC multiverse.
You should. He's really good. He's really good. The jacket worried me, but it's not. It's sturdy.
I was surprised I found the premium
the platinum Power Girl.
Power Girl at Walmart. It was just not there. I didn't think to stock it right then, and so I walked by again. I saw that like, whoa.
you got the first of the draw. All right, so Al Letson with art by Valentin Delandro, colors by Marissa Louise, and letters by Lucas Gattoni are going to be doing the 6-issue series, Mr. Terrific Year 1, which is going to, of course, go into like Mr. Terrific's origin. Like, here's like a flashback look at him before he had like his fancy jacket and he had his different shades. And I like this shot of him with the T-spheres and like showing his different points in life. This is a character who has never had more than one solo comic before. The only other solo book he's ever had was during the New 52. So I'm very excited that we're getting a new Mr. Terrific series. And thank you, Synergy Machine, for your efforts. I'm sure you'll bite me in the butt later, but this works for me now.
They're reprinting the Terrifics, right?
Yes, they are. They're doing a complete collection paperback for it.
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that too, because I should have read that book and I never did.
I heard nothing but great things about that run. I mean, it has Plastic Man on it. I have to get stuff with Plastic Man.
It's got Phantom Girl in it. I don't know why I wasn't buying it monthly. It's because she wasn't actually Phantom Girl for the Legion, but like an ancestor or whatever. But anyways, you know.
Semantics.
Yeah. All right. Next up, DC's We Are Yesterday crossover is they just kind of put some details out there. I just kind of wanted to talk about this because we didn't cover it before. Basically, it's going to be a crossover between Batman, Superman, World's Finest, and Justice League Unlimited, which is, of course, 2 books written by Mark Waid.
Have you read Justice League Unlimited?
I have. I like
How
it.
is it?
I like it.
Is it as good as World's Finest because it's the same creative team and everything like that?
I will say I think it's because it's starting and it's building something. World's Finest just kind of dropped you in and was like, here we're going. You know, Justice League Unlimited's building up to stuff, but I like it so far, and I like what they're doing with Star Sapphire on the team.
I like about World's Finest. I need to get back to reading it, but I just like how classic it is.
Yeah, it's classic and it's fun. I gotta say though, Synergy Machine go burr because like Floronic Man shows up in the Harley Quinn show and suddenly he's the villain in the current World's Finest arc. I'm like, why are we getting so much Floronic Man? Anyways, this crossover is going to be kind of fun. It's going to be 2 issues of World's Finest, 2 issues of Justice League, and 1 annual, I think, for World's Finest. It's like a 5-part crossover, and the whole idea is it's going to be like a time travel thing.
You know, it's so funny because I don't think World Finals never meant to be this big thing, but since it was like the most popular received DC books, like it's why they keep getting Dan Mora and Mark Waid to do stuff with them, essentially that.
And when Dan Mora's not doing the art, it's Adrian Gutierrez who did Blue Beetle, so it's like a win-win.
Don't say that. I'm gonna cry.
I know, but like I'm glad that Adrian got work.
Yeah, I missed that book so much.
Speaking of Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez, except we didn't mention Jorge Jimenez, Batman. So Batman's going through a transition period. Chip Zdarsky's done with Batman. They started Hush 2 with Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee.
I hate it's just called Hush 2.
I hate it's called Hush 2. I have a Paul Dini omnibus of Hush sequels. It ain't the 2. It's like, call it like Resurrection of Hush or something. My God.
Oh man, Hush is so good. Where's the Hush 2? Hush 2.
When that finishes, though, Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez are going to be doing Batman, and they're going to be restarting Batman from issue 1, which is probably fine because we're like up to issue like 157 or something. New bat design though. That looks amazing.
I really like this new look. It's I mean, would it be a blue and gray Batman? I kind of have hope that it's gonna be more lighthearted. Like, not saying Zdarsky's run wasn't like there was some
Matt
really
Fraction's
fun
really good at doing lighthearted without being like overtly goofy. So
yeah,
I think
like
we can see that.
Like if this gives me like that vibe of like not Brave the Bold, but more Dove Batman, where like you know he still has I'm Batman kind of thing, but he's a lot more like fun than like I can't wait. Like I'm gonna probably check this out. Like because I know the Zdarsky run is mixed on a lot of people. See how
like Ace said, was Zdarsky's Batman good? I liked parts of it, didn't like other parts of it. I could tell editorial was stepping in his way though.
I'm hoping like there's still gonna be editorial.
My favorite thing that Zdarsky did for Batman was that 10-issue miniseries, the Batman the Knight. Was that what it was called? Yeah, Batman the Knight. Yeah, before he did his Batman run, he did this Batman the Knight run, which was like set during Bruce Wayne's journeys around the world. And it like expanded on some of that and like introduced other characters that showed up in his run. I loved that series. That was amazing.
I'm in the camp that loves Failsafe as a villain for Batman.
Yeah.
I think Failsafe to me is the best evil Batman. Because
I definitely like Failsafe within Zdarsky's run, but then when it became part of Absolute Power stuff, that's when it kind of lost me.
Yeah, no, but even then, he was barely there because all the Man in the Waller show.
Yeah. And also because they took Failsafe and then copied him 6 times to make the other Justice Leaguers.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I think Zdarsky did something great with Failsafe and saw how DC saw how popular it is like, let's make more Failsafes. Like, you missed the point of Failsafe.
It's Batman who laughs all over again.
Yep, they keep doing that. I hate that. I do like the new Bat logo. Reminds me of like the Affleck logo, but like if he did
Affleck.
It reminds me of the Affleck logo, but it, like took some exercise and not be a fat bat. That's the absolute Bat logo.
It's the slimming season Affleck logo.
Yeah, me versus the absolute logo who really needs to go on a diet.
Yep. I'm looking forward to this. It's one of those things where I'm not going to buy it monthly because it's Batman. It'll always sell. It doesn't need my support. I'll read it on DC Universe, and then if I love it, I'll pick up the omnibus. That'll inevitably happen.
Yeah.
I have strategies. This is how my brain is doing 4D chess with how to read comics. With this one, I'll wait for the omnibus. With this one, I'll get the trick.
I do know this with the suit Bat costume. He is definitely have a massive 5 head on his head cranium.
He kind of does. Yeah. All right, speaking of DC, because we're still going, DC is going to expand the Summer of Superman, which is a thing they're doing this summer to promote the movie, and there's going to be a new Supergirl series, as well as a Krypto, the Last Son of Krypton comic. So Sophie Campbell is going to write and draw Supergirl, which is fantastic.
Okay, good. So, because I was like, please be good. Cause like,
man, that looks good.
I was
actually hyped for that.
Yeah, I was like, please be good because I wanted to like that Power Girl the new current Power Girl, but I don't.
That book's ending. Hooray!
Oh man, it sucks so much because I want to like it. Cause I like Power Girl, but I don't like any of the decisions. What they done with Kara? Oh, sorry, Paigey.
I think Sophie Campbell's great. She picked up the reins on Shazam,
her work on My Adventure Superman. You know.
Also, she did a lot of great work on TMNT. And
oh yeah, I love her.
Which TMNT?
It was the post.
It was the IDW post. It was when
100. issue 100.
Yeah, she started with issue 101 to like 150, and she did a lot of stuff. Like the stuff she did with Jenica was amazing. That like really made her maybe Jenica a great character as well. But anyways, I'm excited for the Supergirl, and we got some other artwork for it. And then Ryan North of Fantastic Four, Squirrel Girl, Star Trek Lower Decks fame, and Mike Norton will be doing Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton, which is a crypto comic.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love the young Superman, like young Clark.
In there.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kiefer.
Adorable.
That was Josie Campbell that did My Adventures with Superman.
Oh, sorry, I always get
Sophie Campbell. Yeah, there's a couple Campbells running around. There's also going to be
3.
Sorry, go ahead, Gus.
No, you know me. I always do Simpsons reference. You said too many. I said please eliminate 3.
Also, Mark Waid's going to be doing more Action Comic stories, this time with Clark in his teenage years, which I guess he's Superboy again, because I guess that's in canon again, because what is
I do
canon?
love that art. I do love that art of young. I do like the art of Clark Superboy. I don't know, he just has a young, bright energy to him.
He does. I definitely like Clark being Superboy. But I thought, like, it's been retconned so many times out. I don't even know what's in canon anymore.
Don't worry. The Legion will come in and memory wise him like the umpteenth time.
Can I get the Legion back, please? Because the last time I had them was Bendis.
I did love the crypto drawings on the rocket. It's such a dog energy. I love it.
It's really fun. All right. Adding to this, there is a new Marvel and DC crossover coming. This is happening.
Marvel DC to do like, wait, how much Donnie must did? Maybe we should do more.
Yeah, exactly. So at the Comics Pro Retailer Summit, which there was some other news out of that, but I just kind of was like, let's wait till they have like pictures and stuff we can look at. But I thought this one was big enough. There's going to be 2 one-shots titled Marvel/DC and one titled DC/Marvel. You can guess who is publishing which. These will, there's optimism these will hit stands in 2025, though large-scale projects like this can sometimes face delays to ensure quality. Marvel Comics VP and executive editor Tom Brevoort noticed in a Substack last year that Marvel doesn't often dive into crossovers. When they do, it's driven by clear internal objectives and unique circumstances. Whether the initiative comes from Marvel is prompted by external interest. They've apparently already picked the creative teams for these, and it's off and running. But it may take a while to come out because, you know, it's possible. But yeah, I think the omnibus has helped. I think the omnibus is sold, and then they're like, "Oh, we should do more. Look how many copies of these omnibuses we sold." Because
when worlds collide.
Yep. There's a couple things I want. I want Spider-Man 2099 to meet Batman Beyond. I don't care how. I just can't believe that hasn't happened.
I mean, Jaime Reyes, Robbie Reyes.
Thank you for validating my want for the Reyes crossover. Jaime and Robbie, Blue Beetle and Ghost Rider. Again, I don't care how it happens. I just think it needs to happen. You have 2 characters that have similar roles and similar dual identities with like other voices talking in their head, and their last names are Reyes. Like, come on, do something with that.
Zell gets that comic, he becomes like ascended. Like he gets like that's like when Thanos gets all Infinity Stones. Like once he gets that comic, there'll be an energy surge around him. Like yes. The ultimate Hispanic comic.
It's like exactly everything I want. Yeah, no. Kiefer said Jaime and Miles. Look, I just throw all the Hispanic and Latino characters like just in a scene together, and then they just have a party. I don't even need them to fight each other. I just want them to like hang out.
I mean, isn't that what you and Cal said? Like, you
community,
community must stick together.
Like, let's just have everybody have a potluck, right? Like,
Potluck.
This is why I don't get to write these crossovers. It's like we need to have these heroes fight. I'm like, no, I want them to have a potluck.
Just imagine all the Hispanic heroes go to the diner Jaime works at. Works at and a whole festa there.
Exactly. Have like reptiles sitting there and bunkers. Like, oh, your powers are cool. Like. Jessica Cruz and Hawk Girl are just like, we need to meet people, and then they're
Miguel's in the corner, grumpy as usual.
Both white tigers are there just cause, like, just ignore the fact that the original one's, not around anymore. Like just throw them all in. It'd be fun. Okay, and then lastly, Boom Studios has announced 2 new comic books. One, which is pretty predictable, I think, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
When it go back to samurai time.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens there. And then VR Troopers, which I presume will spin out of Power Rangers Prime.
Huh.
So that's probably also why the show's showing up on streaming.
Can't wait. I can't how can you see this and not think it's cool that VR Troopers getting some representation today?
I think it's neat, and I hope like
it is neat that it's getting recognized. Yeah.
I hope like Power Rangers Prime, it's going to be like a fresh take on it too. I think that'd be fun.
I mean, like, especially like
see you later,
like
Mr. Tukey.
If you're gonna be like, go watch Metal Heroes or whatever, like, come on, this is cool. Like, this is cool that they're bringing back VR Troopers and doing something with the break. I always thought
like
VR Troopers
doing VR Troopers, but with good writing is a brilliant idea.
I always thought VR Trooper had potential, but I think the whole Frankenstein-ness of it really kind of ruined it. Such like that.
Because you can't do a show where you're Frankensteining two shows footage together all the time. Because then you're spending all your writing time writing reasons why they're not fighting as a group.
and I am like something like Megaforce, like Gokaiger and Goseiger and Megaforce, because those are just two separate seasons. They're combining 3 different shows together.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all the comic news for now. And now we have toy news. So let's get to the toys. I'm excited about a lot of the comics coming up. I also feel like this Comics Pro, they were like, we need to show everybody the industry's alive and Diamond's not killing us. A bit of I don't know. I don't want to call it a cry for help, but I definitely think it was a cry of like, hey, we still exist.
Sorry, there's no Image or IW news during that.
Yeah, I didn't hear any Image or any other indies, but I think that also may be because while they were at the event, they kind of keep things closer to the chest, and they're just going to announce them in their own times.
Yeah.
Because also some of this news, like some of the Marvel news was not Comics Pro, but it was, we put out the solicitations for the month. And
also like a lot of Image and IW's big books are licensed, so they they had to wait to the license holder approve of all that stuff.
Yeah, then the ones that aren't licensed, they have to kind of wait for creatives to be like, we're ready to do this. Because sometimes some books, like like Radiant Black and Rogue Sun are just coming back from each having a break.
I think the what's the network for Massiverse?
Massiverse? Black Market?
No. I think Black Market are really trying to influence people to get more into Massiverse. For good reason, but like I saw like, oh, Jackie on Bosch narrates Rogue Sun.
Yeah.
And, like it's like you're tempting me. Like I've been meaning to read these books for a while, but you're tempting me.
Yep.
Also, it's kind of also because it's kind of nice because it kind of gives you actual like canon voices for these characters.
It does, like how Will Friedle and the other guy from Boy Meets World are doing the audiobook for Radiant Black. And
so an audiobook? Like,
yeah, they're doing an audiobook. It's not out yet, but they got a bunch of. They're doing an audiobook version.
Is it like a news story or just reading issues 1 to something?
I think it's adapting the comics, so I think they're gonna have to add like narration and stuff, obviously. But they're doing like the comic, the original. I think it's the first trade is in the first season of the
Mateki, I think Will Friedle started voicing Radiant Black with the animated short, right?
Yeah, animated short, yeah. Batman Beyond. Ryder Strong, that's the guy. That's voicing the other character. But yeah, they're doing this audiobook. I was gonna talk about it again when they like release it. But it's coming. It's cool.
Anyways, next announcement got me screaming.
Bandai decided to jump scare us one night and announce a Kaiser Greymon model kit. What Frontier exists in Digimon merch?
I know. I just took this long because isn't the current head of Digimon like a Frontier head?
Yes.
Something like that. So like,
there was also a tweet from one of the higher ups at Digimon. One of the guys tweeted, he's like, "Hey, you should buy that Kaiser Greymon kit. We have other plans."
Oh god, I can't wait. I love Frontier, and especially I adore Kaiser Greymon's design.
How long have I been yelling about Kaiser Greymon? Pretty much since Shine Greymon, right? Like I keep saying it in videos. I know that.
I mean, what's great because this completes the first 5 seasons. Like, because we have Omnimon or War Greymon, whatever you want to choose, and Futuramon, Gallantmon. Now Kaiser Greymon, Shine Greymon. We have all original 5.
Santo Celine's hyping out. Yeah, Benjamin Wiseman. This is the first Frontier figure we got in 2003. Yes, 100%. We have not gotten anything since the show. The only thing we've really gotten since was dim cards and the Digivice.
Oh, that hurts because like the Frontier designs are so perfect for action figures, man.
I know, right?
Like I don't think we still have yet to get a posable Kazimon figure at all.
Yeah. Also, this is the only promo image Bandai provided. The announcement did include that it is just like the other amplified kits of late. It is going to have an original feature
weapon
to the
mode,
kit.
which I like. I like they're doing like those, like I think Shine Greymon Dragon has the 2 weapon.
Like you can split his sword. Metal Greymon had the extra arm attachment.
Ultraman you can combine the Dorado blasters into one giant Dorado blaster, which I love.
Plus the stingers actually shoot off with wires and stuff.
Oh, that's new. Yeah. When I built the kit, I was like, "Is this from the show or is this something new?" I couldn't figure out. But that was
something new, yeah.
That's cool.
I just finished building him this weekend, actually.
He's a solid kit. He's such a solid kit.
And so I think there's definitely something going on with the swords because we can see like there's little hinges in the sword hilt part. Benjamin Weiss said Magna Garurumon would with removable armor and beam sabers. That would be great.
They find a way to make a Magna Garurumon and have the 2 kits combined to Suzunomon. Like, give me it all. Give me.
I would be cool, but I would also like a separate Suzunomon kit, so I could have all 3 displayed without having to buy 2 kits twice. But whatever way they'll give it, I'll take it. You know.
Oh man, I can't wait. But like,
Couch, you got any thoughts on Kaiser Greymon?
Nah, just Frontiers. I forgot. I didn't forget this existed, but glad to see it.
Yeah.
After this, we have Cross Wars, Atmon, and Ghost Game. So who would they pick for Cross Wars? Like, would it be Omni Shoutman or Omni Shoutman? I guess it could be technically both because Omni Shoutman DX is just what Shoutman with Greymon armor, right?
Yeah, you could do Omni Shoutman as like a 2-in-1 kit for DX that also becomes Omni Shoutman.
Yeah, for Atmon, because
I don't know how you do Gaiamon. Is it Gaiamon?
Well, that's what I mean. Because I know Gaiamon is technically the Mega, but I feel like Globemon fits more with the other Megas. He said Ultimate. I just feel like his design aesthetic fits better because that's the problem with Gaiamon. He's a god level being, in Atmon. So I don't think he really fits with your other Mega leader Megas. So I feel like
I know the card game did a set recently where they put all the protagonists together in artwork. Maybe we just check those for the forums.
Yeah. Well, did they include Atmon? Because I know.
I think they did. It was like the 25th. Oh, let me go look it up.
Because I know Atmon was just added recently to the card game.
Because it was for the 25th anniversary artwork. Memorial Collection, 25th anniversary. Oh yeah, this one was only just adventure stuff. What was I thinking? There was artwork that had Atmon in it.
Was it I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the Mega one. I remember the rookie, the rookie one.
Yeah, let's see, because here's the cards.
Oh, Benjamin Weissman. Digimon Cross Time BT12.
BT12? Okay. Yeah, here was the one I was thinking. Yeah, it just has the rookies on it. I was gonna say, here it is. This is the 25th anniversary P Bandai set with all the protagonists on it. But that doesn't have the megas. It just has the rookies.
I remember they did a Mega one, which is I love that photo because I love you have a Gunimon next to everyone else.
Yeah. Let's see. Digimon BT12.
Yes, set 12.
Set 12. Okay, that one. Oh, right. We would need a Rustradramon as well.
From what Cross? That's
Cross Hunters because they consider that a separate series. Yeah, because if you look at this image here, which BT12's whole thing was here's the protagonists and their megas, they used Cross 7 for Shoutmon.
7?
Yeah, Cross 7.
I guess that's the equivalent because Cross debuted after Omni Shoutmon and DX, someone say. But I feel like, I feel like they will still do Omni Shoutmon because I think it'll be easier than Cross 7.
Cross 7's really complicated. But yeah, a Rustradramon would also be one we'd need for a protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, no, that, but yeah, no, the fact we got Kaiser Greymon is kind of magnificent, and I can't believe it's happening. It's kind of unreal. Looks like BT21 has Globemon in it as like the pack art as one of the cards, so I think they might be using Globemon. Oh no, there's Gaiamon. Gaiamon's also on the box.
All I know is when they do Serious Mon for Ghost Game, I want to have his bare arms like in the final episode.
Anyways, this comes out in September for 6,050 yen. It's up for pre-order on every place.
Or December for the US release.
Yeah, December for the US release. It's coming out. It's going to have, it does say this, it's going to have the Dragon Spirit Sword sticker sheet for detailing and 3 types of jewel stickers.
You can kind of see it on the kids, like on the forearms and such like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Peacemaker said you could do a mode change option for Superior mode for Arrested Dramon. That's also a good point, because they could do that. Dustin Simeo, we already talked about how Banco kept shadow dropping Gunpla announcements like the Perfect Grade 2 Gundam and Master Grade Barbatos Lupus. No, because I've covered Gundam stuff in the past and the chat usually goes silent. So I just kind of stopped covering Gunpla.
You mean the crowd goes mild? You sure?
The problem with Gunpla news is there's too many. There's so many to cover.
I will say I'm very excited about the Master Grade Barbatos Lupus because we had the Barbatos part set.
You said Barbatos.
Barbatos.
Good though.
And then many years went by, and then this year we're getting the Vidar, and then we're now also getting the Barbatos Lupus. So it's like nice they're finally using that frame they made 10 years ago or 8 years ago. When was it? I don't remember. Time keeps passing. I like Gundam too, guys, but the general audience doesn't. It's really complicated. There's a lot of good stuff though.
We need more gays. That's what we need.
Yes. All right, next up, SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Vram Pudding Custom. It kind of makes sense for him to exist because we talked about this. He's up for pre-order now, so you can get him from P-Banda US if you so wish. And he doesn't come with any things for Gav. He just comes with himself.
Oh, what's up with the clown shoes?
Oh, with the clown shoes?
He has clown shoes, like they're covered in mud.
Oh, I always thought those were just like pudding, and then he's got like. Because he's part villain, so he's got the turned up little like. They're more elf shoes to me than clown shoes.
I guess because it's the only brown on the figure, it just still stands out.
All right, and then we also have SH Figuarts Gil Arc, the Dark Warrior from the Ultraman Arc movie, somehow already existing and up for pre-order. I didn't even catch the announcement of this.
The movie came out in Japan, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Interesting to note, he comes with his own beam effect. He comes with a clashing beam effect for Arc. And then Arc's beam effect.
I love that clashing effect. It's so cool.
The clashing effect's really cool. But yeah, if you're trying to get Arc's beam effect.
Where's the extra long? Where's the extra long beam effect like the final episode?
It's amazing that we finally got the beam effect. This does finish Arc's set of main stuff though.
Yeah.
Because we got all the armors, and then now we got this. There's also a spoiler for the movie that should be possible in figure form if you know what it is. But I'm not going to say it, because I'm not mean. All right. Toddy time. Toddy Mac time. McFarlane Toys. Here's a couple Batmans. If you missed 89 Batman, he's coming out in retail now, instead of in a multi-pack or in a Batmobile set.
Wait, does he have wire? No, okay, it's just a fabric.
He has a fabric cape, and then he gets 2 sticks to hold. That pull it out.
Okay, so it is just a new re-release of the multi-pack one because I think that set came out right before McFarlane started doing wire capes, so all the Batmans have cloth capes.
All the Batmans have cloth capes with no wires. This one is that same figure, except now he comes with open hands, which is great because that means he can actually hold his Batmobile steering wheel. My God, he just came with fists with the one that came with the Batmobile. He's got other hand types. He also comes with the grappling hook, ninja stars, batarang, the remote for the Batmobile, and then 2 rods to hold the cape up. I totally bought this because I need the accessories.
I know the rods are for to hold the cape up. It's like old man walking sticks.
Yes, or really terrible tonfas.
That too.
It is a new cape though, because they sewed in the spots for the rods to go into.
Oh, that's nice.
So
actually, it blends it pretty well. Yeah, I didn't notice the rods.
Yeah, it's a really good, solid effect because it kind of works the way that the cape did in the actual filming. So, Mujagi says, "Wow, double dipping? Yeah, triple dipping. I already have this guy twice. I have the multi-pack, and then I have the Batmobile set, and now I'm going to get him again to get the accessories. Also, so he can hold the steering wheel.
His next is World Other Drugs.
Here's Batman Begins Batman, which is a suit that doesn't translate to plastic very well.
Oh, really? Because I always prefer the Begin suit over the Dark Knight suit.
I do as well. It just, when it goes to plastic, it always gets a little weird in the proportions because the torso is very layered.
The Begin suit does look a bit bulbous. Now thinking about
it. Cloth cape. I like the hand that has like 3 batarangs in it. That's pretty cool. Plus a solo batarang and a grappling gun.
It does look weird because it does kind of look his hand got like horribly stabbed with the batarang.
Yeah. I will still get this though. I actually ordered both of these because I was like,
you like your movie. You like your movie Batman.
I like my movie Batman. I'm kind of like don't want to buy as many McFarlane comic figures because it's all just getting like I don't have room to display them all. But my movie Batman stuff is like my jam.
How's that fleet?
I'm officially out of floor space now that I had the Beyond Batmobile.
The Beyond Batmobile is for the Neo Gothic figure, right?
It is. I tried to put the original McFarlane Batman Beyond figure into it, and it won't fit because of the wings. And the Neo Gothic has removable wings.
Yeah, removable wings. Yeah.
So now I need to buy the Neo Gothic figure. So, all right, Kaus. I'm signaling the Alpha 3 flare. It's Ryu from Storm Collectibles Arena.
Oh.
It's Ryu from Streets.
Literally the Alpha 3 one with that exact background.
Yeah.
From Alpha 3.
Do you have the teaser? Because they did tease.
I have the teaser. Don't worry, I got the teaser. Anyways, Ryu went up for pre-order, and hey, look, it's Ken in a white gi and then a new head.
It's Ryu from Streets. What a big shock!
Yeah. Where's his accessory loadout?
Well, they actually did the sculpt of his head to be like the Alpha 3, where he's like.
Yep, he's young. He looks young.
He's got that life in him before he had to fight Sagat.
He does have that old man look. The
he already fought Sagat here.
Oh, he already fought. Oh, he did. That's right, he did.
Alpha is before 2, but after 1. Yeah.
Remember, the end of Alpha was when he gave the scar.
Yeah.
Sagat.
Like Room said,
it was during 1.
The MVC shelf continues to evolve. Yes, because this is appropriate for most of MVC, right?
It's a deep cut in the chat.
I forget. Did MVC give him the red headband? Or because I know it's the same.
MVC1 gave him the red headband, and it was just a sprite edit.
Yeah. So it's not fully a MVC figure without the red headband. It was still just the
Alpha sprite.
But here's the thing: in X-Men vs Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs Street Fighter and Marvel's Capcom 2, it was the white bandana.
Dana just buys another figure and Sharpie's right on the white headband. There you go.
Maybe. I mean, for the price, I probably could. He comes with a stand. He comes with an effect with the stand. 4 extra hands, 2 heads, $27.
That's a deep cut.
Fighting Street.
He has a stand.
Oh, he's a stand.
Yeah.
Fighting Street. If you don't know, on the TurboGrafx, it was called Fighting Street.
Yeah, wherever you get the main character of Fighting Street, the weird dude with the cyan jersey, where he fights all 4 presidents.
Yes.
Like, I'll show you. Like, it's Street Fighter 1. They just called it Fighting Street on. I don't know why.
I remember that.
House, what about Human Killing Machine?
Oh boy. You want to go and talk about that, huh? We ain't got the
time. Now, everybody is kind of thinking, like, is Storm just looking over Jada's shoulder lately? Yes, because their next figure in the Alpha 3 line is Sagat. Which Jada just announced their Sagat.
And right there you can tell that's
Sagat up for pre-order.
I don't know, you can tell it's just Dan, Chun, and Charlie.
I do wish Charlie and Dan came a little sooner since they are just 100% new. Like, there's no,
I don't know why we're doing Sagat as the 3rd one. Like, can we get Dan first?
Yeah, because I would pick up this line, but I rather have I don't want to double up that much on Street Fighter characters, so like I'll pick up Dan and Charlie. I might pick up Chun-Li because I always love her Alpha design. Because I think the problem with Canon Ryu, they are younger, they're too much like their Street Fighter 2 outfits.
I'm definitely gonna get them and then hope they're good.
They're cheap. That's the good thing. They're cheap at the very least. So but as a personal collection, I just I'll pick up Chun, Nash, and Dan.
Yeah, the new figures over the Jada, the new figures that aren't in the Jada line at the moment.
Yeah, because even Sagat, his design is only especially Sagat, his design is only different because of Bingus' art style.
Sagat is going to tell us something though. Are larger characters going to be how much more expensive will larger characters be?
Tiger.
Because Sagat's going to be bigger, and for Jada, Sagat is 30 instead of 25.
I believe Sagat specifically says Tiger RoboCop. Don't add me.
I want some pound cake.
Tiger RoboCop. All right,
man,
and then let's talk about.
Let's go.
Let's get the last news topic in because we can wrap up shortly.
Yeah, exactly.
Tired.
So, anyways, we had a Marvel Legends fan stream for some reason, just out of nowhere, and we got
to be upfront,
announced at all.
It just happened.
Before,
yeah,
golly.
Like 2 days before, they're like, "Here you go."
Up front, honestly, this is probably the weakest Marvel stream we had in a long time. Because I
they
thought
didn't
like
even announce it.
they didn't announce it. They didn't announce it, but it was like a couple days before. Scenario like that. It's like
notice, basically, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like when Capcom Shadow dropped that one Resident Evil game that sucked.
Yeah.
But like, I always had like the Marvel streams are like hit after hit after hit. This was the first one where like feel like a lot of the reveals were kind of.
This reminds me of the stream where they announced the Across the Spider-Verse Wave 2.
I forget that was the whole stream. I thought that was...
I know they added some other stuff around it, but like the idea is that every time we do a Spider-Man wave, except for that recent comic wave, that was an exception. I got my Agent Venom, by the way, everybody.
Mine's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah. There's a problem with Spider-Man, and the problem is Sony and their 25%.
I think this wave really shows that. Let's go over there.
Yeah, let's go through it. But like Sony getting 25% of every merchandise item for Spider-Man is what we're seeing here. So first up, the Spirit Rider skin is getting a figure. It's kind of a base body, but then they sculpted a new torso for the logo to be sculpted.
And toes.
Well, the toes are from another figure. Those are like Namor's feet.
Okay.
It's a Walmart exclusive.
This is the figure. This is a design that works only in comics because it
works well in the game too.
And the game because you had this thing called lighting.
Yes.
Do the cool blue effect, but as a figure, he has this kind of ugly looking like gradient effect on his limbs.
Walmart really probably took it because it was blue though. That's for sure. That'll go for pre-order in March. Any thoughts on that? We're moving on. I don't really want to talk about this.
I'm not a fan.
Oh my god, give me Kingpin in black suit, please. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
I find it's funny because it's supposed to be Insomnia Kingpin, but he looks nothing like. Because he
looks like the cartoon.
Insomnia Kingpin, while he is bulky, he's not comic book bulky. Like this is clearly just easy repaint.
This is because they even said they're reusing the what is it, the Joe Fixit body?
Yeah, like even
that's Insomniac Kingpin for everybody for context. Here's this figure.
He's still normal human proportions, just bigger. This is why freight trader size body,
that's an absolute union.
This is why I'm going to buy this figure and stick it in my comic shelf. I'm going to have have white suit Kingpin with the orange ascot on my Spider-Man shelf, and I'm going to have the black suit one in my Daredevil shelf.
Same, because I
and then my original white suit one's gonna become my Shadow King. I have plans.
Yeah, same. Because I miss on every other Kingpin because I think because I know they did release the retro card, but I think at that time they didn't have money for it. So this is a perfect excuse because again it's just comic Kingpin like with slight and the face doesn't even look that realistic enough that like I could easily just blend it in with the comic figures.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't think it's
also an Amazon exclusive. He's supposedly $40.
Also, I don't think Sonic Kingpin had the cane. I don't remember him having the cane. Yeah, so this is just clearly, hey, you missed out on previous comic Kingpins. Here's another one disguised as a Kingpin. It feels like.
Yep, I'm totally gonna buy it because I don't need a ton of Kingpins in my life, but I have one on the MCU shelf, one on Spider-Man shelf, one on Daredevil shelf. I'm set, like that's
and one
Shadow King. Yeah, like I'm good there.
Awesome, welcome wheels.
Ooh, what would Shadow King look like on the black suit?
That look cool, honestly.
Have Storm there.
Yeah.
All right, get to the wave.
All right, let's get to the wave itself. Okay, enough of Kingpin. Moving on. Why'd you make this, guys? Outside of the obvious, they can just repaint the Spider-Man Miles Morales figure that exists into.
Yeah, so for people don't remember, the thing, Sonic Spider-Man 2 each cause to have 4 color sets. It's like Smash Brothers, where there's like 4 separate color sets. So this is Miles's Peter color scheme, which I don't like at all. I never like giving Miles Peter's color scheme because that just removes all the uniqueness out of Miles right away. If you just make
I also think it looks horrible because it's too much blue.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't. It should be broken up.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you picked this up loose. You couldn't tell this was be Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He just thinks another Peter Parker variant.
Yeah, exactly.
That's obviously reuse, right? All right, next up come on.
The best.
Good lord, how many photos are we at? There we go. Probably the best figure of the wave, the black suit Spider-Man.
Second the best, to be honest. But yeah,
is that a? You would know. Is that a new sculpt or is that a reuse?
Yeah, no, it's new. It's 100% new. It has to be 100% new. It has all the detailing the game give with all the symbiote texture and all the stuff.
Nice.
And a new web effect, I think. Right?
New. I do like that new symbiote web effect. It looks cool.
He looks really nice, and I definitely want to pick him up because I think it looks really, really nice.
I want that for
like
sure.
Like Falconsec mentioned in the chat, we've never really gotten a proper Insomniac Spider-Man figure of like his base upgrade suit.
Other ones are just either New Val or a hotspot, Sunfire bodies. Yeah.
Yeah. This one looks really good though. I do think this turned out nice. The Bariqua suit for Miles, I think, was nice because I like the storyline behind this.
Say that again.
Did I say it wrong? Bariqua.
Boricua.
Yeah. This one's.
I mean, you said it right.
Yo soy borinqueño.
This one's a bit frustrating because I do like giving the suit.
You know that thing that people don't know who Miles is because they only emphasize on the black.
They've been recently.
It's definitely something they fixed after the first Spider-Verse movie. They've really been leaning into Miles's Puerto Rican heritage across the Spider-Verse in the games. Like they've been really leaning
into comics,
in the comics as well.
Yeah. This is a good.
By the way, it wasn't a mispronunciation. I just want to hear you say it again because it warmed my heart.
Aw.
I like that they make this figure, but to be honest, I kind of wish this was like an exclusive figure because this is a good. I like they're making this figure and such, but I feel like there's just much visually cooler Miles suits because this suit is just Miles' default suit with the Puerto Rican flag.
They just put the flag on. Yeah, it's kind of lazy.
It is at least a new torso sculpt, so it's a sculpted flag.
That's okay, guys. Yeah. This is not just Marvel doing that, but every Puerto Rican hero, unfortunately, steals the Captain America. We gotta make it look Boricua. So it's one of it's.
Well, it's not
the
design problem. It's the figure itself.
Like there's like 3 other heroes that are all Puerto Rican, and they somehow have to incorporate the flag.
We just do that.
Wait, we
just do that. IRL.
Also, Miles didn't make this suit. His community made this suit for him.
Yeah. Again, I think again, I'm gonna clarify that this is a good figure to make. I do feel like this could have been like a.
We'll talk about the wave as a whole when we get to the end of it. Because I have thoughts. Next up is this abomination. I'm sorry, but like, what are we doing in terms of here's a blank body with a new head, and it's not even a suit people want?
So people don't know. So this is supposed to be the anti-venom suit you get near the third act of the game. If you're not familiar, the anti-suit would be black and white. It's like an inverse of the symbiote.
Yep, it's supposed to be. If you didn't say that, I wouldn't even know it was anti. I thought it was just like another Venom.
Yeah, for some reason, the Marvel team decided, they basically said, we had done black and white anti-suits in black and white before. We decided to do in blue. But
they actually literally have never made an anti-Venom Spider-Man.
Yeah, they done anti-Venom, anti-Agent Venom, but never anti-Venom suit Spider-Man.
And the last time they made a character in this color scheme was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So what was the excuse here, I think? Well, actually, we'll talk about that in the wave as a whole. I got thoughts when we look at the whole
on
set.
the whole.
And the problem with them using the base buck body for this Spider-Man figure is the fact that, like the symbiote suit in the game, it has texture.
Yep.
And this doesn't. So you put them next to each other. Even if this was, say, the black and white color scheme, it will still look off next to the symbiote suit because it doesn't have the texture. It's just flat, comic body.
Next we have Miles Morales, Brooklyn 2099 suit. I would rather like the Miles Morales 2099 suit where he's got like the hood and stuff because I think it looks a lot more
I love the 2020 suit, the Daft Punk looking one. That's my favorite of like the future suits Miles has in the game.
Yeah,
this one's not bad. This one's not bad at all. It just, I think, it's definitely a dirt. I guess sadly by default it has to be dirt with the upcoming figures and such.
And probably the best figure of the wave, in my opinion, is Black Cat.
Yeah, best figure.
This is nice because we actually got a newly sculpted Black Cat that can actually pose in crouch poses and she's got articulating hair, and I'm like, okay, cool, give this to me. I'd like a black cat that can pose, because I like the classic comic black cat figure in sculpt, but you can't do anything with her.
She has high heels.
She has high heels and big boobs. She just falls over. Okay, like she doesn't have any stability.
And don't forget, the issue with that mold is a lot of it uses the harder plastics for some reason for the upper torsos versus the newer, more I wouldn't say they're soft plastics, but they don't feel as weighty.
Not as stiff.
They're lightweight, and so that allows for you to be able to pose her, because that original black cat has to sit in the back of the shelf for me because she keeps falling forward. She's top heavy.
Man, she goes with nothing. Only one extra pair of hands and the one Watum.
At least it's something. She could have come with nothing.
Yeah.
No Build-A-Figure, because Build-A-Figures are dead. But let's talk about this wave as a whole. All right, let's talk about this wave as a whole. You've got two figures that people
go to the next photo. There you go. That has a nice lineup of all of them.
You have two figures that people really want: Black Suit and Black Cat, right? Like those two.
I would say I do like they have the Miles and Peter. Like I like it's Miles Morales and Peter Parker, not Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Miles Morales. I'm glad they put their names first.
Just put their names. So here's the thing. I think the Black Cat and the Black Suit Spider-Man look great. I think those are like the big winners. I think the 2099 Brooklyn suit was a bit of a waste for a completely new mold, because it's not like, I don't think that's one that we needed to have like made in a complete new mold.
I put it third place by default because of the other ones are such meh figures by default.
I think as figures, the Barriqua suit's really solid. I think the Peter colored Miles and the Anti-Venom are complete throwaways. What can we glean from this though? Once again, Sony is siphoning the budget from Spider-Man figures.
Yeah, because we have 3 new molds, 2 repaints, and Miles, like the Barriqua Miles, is like a weird, because I think
he has a brand new torso. He has a brand new torso.
Yes, that's new. But the head's reused, and I'm pretty sure the limbs are reused.
Yes, and the hands. I think he's actually using the.
He looks Amazing Fantasy 15.
He looks Amazing Fantasy, yeah. It's Amazing Fantasy, but then he's got the new torso. We got 2 complete repaints. One has new heads than the Anti-Venom suit. I think the reason we didn't get Anti-Venom is apparently they didn't have budget for a 4th new mold, and they don't want to make they didn't want to make Anti-Venom wrong, but I don't think anybody wants that color scheme for Anti-Venom.
The repaints are fine after you get the default color scheme.
I think that Brooklyn 2099 Miles should have been an Anti-Venom suit instead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should have been the proper Anti-Venom suit, and then they could have repainted it to the blue one later if they wanted to.
The other problem of this wave is notice how it's nothing but Spideys and 1 extra character.
Yeah. Because that's kind of our problem with the whole Insomniac line in general, is the only villains we've gotten.
Well, see, so Deluxe, we got Deluxe.
We haven't gotten to the Venom yet, but
but we got multi-pack
Kingpin
at the Deluxe multi-pack with
Mr. Negative and one of his goons,
and we're getting. And
I thought you were gonna accidentally call him Mr. Naked Man.
I mean, he was in that one scene. Anyways, and then we have Black Cat, but we don't have any of the Sinister Six from the first game. We don't have Kraven. We don't have
I'll take Screwball.
Another problem I had with the first time they did figures based on the first game is I do not care about alternate costumes. They're fine, but I would rather we have figures of different characters instead. And it's not like they wouldn't sell.
I like how they're treating this like Power Rangers. Oh, we got the buck. We can make whatever we want now.
That kind of is how it feels.
Well, some of them are unique, though. That's the problem.
That's the thing I hate about this line, and why I've never invested into the Insomniac Spider-Man figures, was that it was like, oh, look, another Spider-Man. Me. Could I have somebody for Peter to fight? No, another Spider-Man. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. We're going to announce a new character. Spider-Man. It's Miles! And I'm like, it's still Spider-Man!
It is.
Well, here's the thing. I think what they could have done is the Insomniac Spider-Man line could be a clever way to re-release some older figures, because what other costumes in the game? Stuff like 2099, White 2099, Noir, and so I feel like they could easily stealth re-release them as Spider-Man 2 figures, but they're just re-releases of older figures, or maybe just redone with pinless joints. and stuff like that.
Falcon mentioned there was a funny post on Reddit how all the villains we've gotten from the games are black and white or white and black.
You're right.
That is
the
true.
Only color scheme is monochrome.
Less paint to work with.
Less paint to work with. I think looking at this, there's one of two things going on. One, the budget doesn't exist because Sony's taking such a big cut. Who said it? AR said, "Are they siphoning even more budget because it's from the games?" Possibility, because remember that the straight repaint upgrade Insomniac suit figure for Peter was $35 in fan channel despite not having any new parts.
And the first game was just Sunfire bot. I think it was Spire UK body for the first figure.
Yeah, and that one was a GameStop exclusive, but it was at least normal price.
It looked hideous.
Yeah, they have made Egghead in Marvel Legends, actually, MJ Klein.
Yeah.
The thing is that
no Peter and Miles heads. I have to assume that's some weird likeness issue problems. I imagine
be something because no unmasked heads to imagine if the upgraded suit style Miles came with an unmasked Miles head. Yeah, immediately worth buying, right?
No, because even the only one that looks like their game counterpart is Felicia. I don't know Erica because I know Erica Limbic voiced the character, but I'm not sure if she did the mocap for Felicia in the games or not.
Yeah.
But I imagine she's less expensive.
Also, Miles came with an unmasked head when his Insomniac figure came out for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you did. I don't remember it look.
You couldn't even just toss that head in. I know you'd have to change hairstyles, but still.
Yeah, I know people hated the final suit for Miles in Spider-Man 2, but hell, at least I will take that because at least it's something unique and new.
Yeah, I think that it's a clear.
Oh yeah, Falcon said that Spider-Man 2 figure didn't even come with 3 pairs of hands either.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, Falcon says there's probably likenesses because of AAA games and how that goes. I will say that the thing I'm looking at and I'm going to say this, it hurts because it's Marvel Legends and they're usually better than this. Oh my god, what is this? A Star Wars Black Series wave?
This wave especially
feels like it's been budgeted to death and corporate mandated out of hell to the point where the people working on it didn't even have any input or say.
Yeah.
What is the chance that these suits were picked by Sony?
Definitely. I mean, the Miles ones especially.
Yeah, and it feels like the Marvel Legends team knows the fandom better than how this wave was constructed, which is why I feel like this was corporate mandated.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said.
The only time the Marvel Legends team never got us was when they were like Sugar Man, but
Yeah. But there were still people that wanted it because 90s nostalgia for the Toy Biz figure because they never read the comic, but still, they usually hit pretty good.
Also, at least Sugar Man, despite the character, is a well-designed, engineered figure.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing, a lot of plastic. But yeah, so that's what I said. This is the most weakest Marvel team in a while because the last Marvel team's been hit after hit after hit.
This reminds me about how weak the Across the Spider-Verse Wave 2 is.
Yeah, that one clearly just repaint land. That wave.
That wave was just repaint land and 2 new characters, and then 2 remolds, and they're like, there you go. And it's like, what?
And that one is just, that at least it's just a supplemental wave. I feel like that one, it was just a bonus wave practically.
This is probably the only wave for Spider-Man 2 we're ever getting.
Yeah, because, if they're not gonna do any of the villains, there's no point making another wave. Honestly, it's we got Black Cat at all, honestly.
Yeah. I'm glad we did, but I'm only gonna probably pick up Black Cat and Black Suit and maybe Boricua.
Well, about 10, and don't forget the 10.5 inches.
Oh yeah, let's talk about $60 Venom.
10.5 inches of Venom, baby.
Well,
shout out to the Discord chat when this got revealed when they said that. That was the highlight of that day.
This Venom looks great. I love this one promo shot that looks like the cutscene when you forget to switch your costumes before playing the story.
I like he's picking up the bad reaping figures also.
Exactly. He has a drool effect that is removable, which is kind of wild. He's got the tongue head. He's also got a closed teeth head.
I love the closed teeth head. He looks such like a bully. I love it.
He's gonna throw sand in your eye.
Throw dirt in your eye.
Throw dirt in your eye. And then he's got a tendril arm that looks really cool. And I know that I said Maximum Spider-Man felt worth $50. I don't see how this is worth $60.
If he had the wings, actually, if he came with the wings, that'll cost even more.
Yeah. You know what I'm comparing this to? You know who else is 10.5 inches tall? Movie Carnage, who came with 4 posable tendrils, 2 bladed hands, 2 heads, was 10.5 inches tall, and was $40.
I know he is.
Guys, I realize the problem. It's not just Sony issue.
But
you got to split the cost with Insomniac themselves. It's Insomniac, the developers.
Even though they're owned by Sony?
Yeah, I think that it's like an extra little.
Wait, are they first or second party?
They're first party. First party. They
okay.
bought Sony bought Insomniac.
They own them full stock.
Yeah.
Do you think Sony's paying the devs anything?
No.
Do you think they're nice like that?
It's the AAA gamers. See, they don't pay. They pay nothing.
They tell you good work, now you're fired. That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
If you're doing bad, they'll still tell you did good work and now you're fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Falcon's Tech brings a good point too. Millions of people play these games. There's no reason we're not getting waves as good as the second No Way Home wave. It's Spider-Man, for crying out loud. Exactly. I think it's just the licensing is just killing it.
I mean, because you think I imagine the timeline was very crunchy. More because these are coming out. Even though the game is 2 years old now, they're just coming out during the height of the PC release. Like,
and even then, it's been months since that happened, right? It's not been that.
Well, 1 month. 1 month.
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
But still, Sony is using the PC release as a second relaunch for the game, pretty much. That's what the Marvel Rivals collab. They've been advertising the game more. They're clearly treating that as like another relaunch of the game.
Yeah.
And so I imagine the turnaround on these, because these are pretty short. I won't be surprised, honestly.
I'm just looking over at my Carnage and figuring out how he was cheaper.
Because even though he's also like Venom is also a new mold, he's not as complicated paint scheme as Carnage. Like, he has the giant spider logo, but still, it's Carnage. And even Carnage too had to have some budget constraints with the back not being painted.
Yeah, I mean, like, for context, everybody on camera, Carnage here was $40. Like, last year. It's not even been that long, and he's got 5 posable tendrils with wires. He's got a full paint wash on the front, but not the back. Extra hands, extra heads, like, and this is based on a movie too. Usually, movies go for like the movie figures usually suffer more. Like, this just doesn't.
The possibility looked about the same. Does he have butterfly joints to Carnage?
No.
I doubt the 2 extra butterfly joints cost that much.
Yeah. Falcon Tech says maybe it's a PlayStation licensing thing. Are those Spin Master figures kind of expensive? What they are?
They are.
That could be it.
Because
it's one company, but you know how it's just like how Disney, when Disney, like, you can't have Mickey Mouse show up in a Marvel comic without there being like a whole rights kerfuffle.
Sony does have that with its, even though it's I remember listening about that a long time ago. But like, oh no, just because it's Sony doesn't mean Sony America, Sony Japan, or and all Sony Film and
So there is probably like a 25% to Sony for Spider-Man, and then a 10% because it's a video game thing from PlayStation.
So the PlayStation figures are good figures, but they're too expensive for what they are. They're like
which kind of reminds me of this Venom. That actually does track.
Yeah, because those Spin Master figures are good, like $20 figures. They have good details and good visibility. But like but a lot of them are usually single joints, and I'm not one that's like, oh, everything needs to be double joint. As long as the range is there, it is good. But like, those are like single pack figures cost like 20, 25, not 20. Like hell, I think like the Kratos figure is dirty. Realistically, it should be just 20, to be honest.
Yeah. So I think that's what's going on here. I think that's what when we're looking at this. Oh, sorry, the one good thing of the streams here.
Does someone in the chat remember how much because didn't Figuarts make a Insomniac Spider-Man, right?
I'm not going to try to open up the Tamashi website.
That's what I'm asking chat. Because I remember, I think they did. What was the price? Was that upcharge compared to your normal Marvel Figuart or not?
That's a good question. Muteki says yes.
How much was he?
Yes, they did. If we had a price comparison on that, that'd be really helpful. Muteki
What is he more expensive? Was he more expensive compared to the normal Figuart, Marvel Figuart? 80 or 90? 80 or 90?
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it in a Google search.
No, it's okay, Kinoteki. At least we have at least some context of how much he was.
Let's see. Was it called the Advanced Suit?
Yeah, I think it was Advanced Suit.
God, how long ago was this figure?
Oh, it came out during Spider-Man 1, so it's quite a bit.
He was
quite a while ago.
6,000 yen, but that was like back. Wait. 2019, he was 6,600 yen, but he was retail. Which at that time, Spider-Man figure arts were in the 5,000 yen range.
So he was more upcharged compared to the other ones.
Definitely. We'll talk about Siege Prowl if that actually happens. I will complain as well.
Siege Prowl? You mean Earthrise Prowl?
There's a rumor that Siege Prowl's getting repacked instead of Earthrise Prowl.
Oh.
Which it sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, there's one thing I have no complaints about. We're getting a new X-Force Warpath in the Uncanny X-Force colors with the gray and blacks.
On Omega, was the previous figure on Omega Red, the 2-pack with Storm? Was he Omega Red? Or was he
that
like
was
a different
Thunderbird?
body?
That's a different guy.
Oh,
brother.
I keep forgetting. I get the two confused.
That was his brother. They killed Thunderbird off like really early into Claremont's X-Men, and then they brought the character back as his brother as Warpath to serve basically the same role, but he was on X-Force.
Oh, so it's a Qui-Ling and Bi-Han scenario with Sub-Zero.
Yes, literally Sub-Zero thing. So Warpath, this is using the Omega Red body. Before he had a different mold, because I think he used the one... He actually used the Omega Red body, but he had pegs in the shoulders because he had big shoulder pads. This one looks different.
Okay, he's pinned. I'm sorry. No, Venom was pinned. I keep forgetting the Venom.
Yeah.
The Walmart Venom was pinned. But new Laura.
And then we got a new Laura, and the new Laura looks great because she's actually got double jointed elbows and double jointed knees, and it's nice because we haven't had a Laura in 7 years.
I had the original. I think it was Sasquatch wave, right?
Yeah.
I had that one. It was fine, but yeah, the on the new female. Is this a new mold? Because I can't think of any other younger female.
I think this is a new mold, so we'll definitely see it again. I think we'll see some more Laura options as well in the future.
I think they mentioned that. I could be wrong, but they mentioned that it's using like a modified Valeria mold. I think they said on screen. They said
because Valeria uses the old female body mold for the teenagers, the single jointed elbows and everything.
Because they said she's about because I think because I remember them mentioning she's about the same height, but
I think it's probably it's the same height, but it's going to be like that's the new younger female body mold that's being introduced with her. Like she'll be about the same height as Valeria, but not.
I still hope they release the black and yellow Wolverine costume for her because she's been
how long? Got to be coming at some point.
How long she had that costume? I feel like she had the costume for a while, right? The yellow.
6 years now.
Yeah, like I still haven't got that
here's
yet.
The thing. I think the reason that they have to always default to the black and gray, like X-Force or whatever suit.
I mean, you can't say always. This is only the second time she's ever been made in this costume.
Well, third, you can't play this.
Because
Toy Biz didn't do this costume. They did the black suit the black suit and the purple variant that were based on the X-Men Evolution costume.
Because I was gonna say a lot of it is always derived from does it look like X-Men Evolution because that's how
wasn't the MVC tree design
based on this? It was that one because when they brought her from Evolution into the comics, they used the costume she had in Evolution. They just cut the midriff open, and then later she got the X-Force costume, like later on when Uncanny X-Force happened, and then she got her Wolverine costume, and then she got the black version of the Wolverine costume.
Oh yeah, the MVC design was just this, but with a crop top instead of the full shirt.
Basically. So I think the reason they're doing this is because the figure's older. They're doing Warpath. They said that they were going to start doing more X-Force. And I think it's
that X-Force logo looks 2000s.
It is. It's also the wrong X-Force logo for this version of the team. As far
as I was saying, this is 2010s.
Yep, this is the 2010s look. I think that we're going to see a new run on X-Force guys and redos, and this is kind of like the restart of it. But also a way to get a mold out on a character that is popular.
Yeah, because a lot of those older ones are years, early Infinite series,
we haven't got one in a long time. I think the last one we got was Deathlock during the Marvel 50th.
Yeah. How much updating do you have to do on your X-Men team completion video?
A lot. It's almost like I have to do so much X-Men team updating on that video. I'm gonna just basically have to restart the research from the beginning.
Hey, that's one of your most popular. That's one of your most popular videos.
Yeah, I'm waiting to figure out what's the right time to update it. It might just be
When's their
like
next
1
bit?
year from it. We
What's
definitely need a new Archangel.
It's that,
What's their best new anniversary? Like the X-Men anniversary.
We got the 50th anniversary of Giant Size X-Men this year, and we finally finished it. So, well, except for Wolverine still. I agree, Room. We need a new Phantom X. The one we have is fine, but not great.
It's using that old like coat body mold.
We need the new Gambit coat. Anyways, that was the stream. The thing I'm most excited for is the X-Force 2-pack, which I know is weird. Oh, there was also a teaser of a missile.
Which I think it's Hulk. It's for Max Hulk because
Max Hulk, probably.
it's too big to be like for Iron Man, especially that.
For me, I'll get the Black Suit, the Black Cat, and the X-Force 2-pack, and the Kingpin. And
Yeah.
everything else is like kind of like maybe later, maybe not.
For me, it's gonna be Black Cat and Kingpin, and those are because
if
mostly because
Venom's
those are
like 50 and not 60, I might buy Venom, but I'm not buying him at 60. That's not happening. I'll wait and see if he goes on sale like Carnage did.
Yeah, Black Cat and Kingpin are definitely because I need those two characters. I don't have those two characters in my collection yet, so those are definitely characters I need and such like that.
I may even skip Black Suit. I thought I was going to buy the Secret Wars Black Suit, and I didn't. So I don't know.
I'm just waiting for Maximum Series Black Suit because you know that's coming.
That's definitely happening. Yeah, for me, I'll probably just pre-order Black Cat and Kingpin and the X-Force pack, and then.
I am curious because when I hear the problem is the next Max series is probably gonna be Hulk, and we know it's gonna be extra because of it's a Hulk. But like when they do like an Iron Man or Cap, I'm curious if the price is still gonna be 50 or
I think
maybe
it's gonna be 50. I think they set the bar at 50, but I do think Iron Man and Cap will come with more proportionately than Spider-Man does.
Yeah, because even and Spider-Man still came out a lot. So like if Spider-Man, if the amount of accessories of Spider-Man is what we get because of spider attacks, I am curious what Iron Man or Cap and such will look without spider attacks.
Because like I have a feeling Cap's gonna come with like multiple shields.
I hope so.
Shield pack, so I can just arm up everybody that's got weird shields. That's the news. That's the stream. Before we push our luck, we should wrap up.
Hey, no connection wrong. Maybe it was the Wi-Fi connection.
It could be. I took it completely off Wi-Fi and I swapped LAN cables, so that I think helps. Tech stuff aside, you guys should plug before we roll out of here, because
Wheels. What's our website?
Hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for Life. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch.tv. We stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays are usually a news night with us maybe doing discussion topics, and also maybe if we have enough time we watch like an episode or two of a random ass show. Like last week, Metal showed me Animorphs for the first time, and we're probably going to keep watching Animorphs whenever we have time.
For the first time, you never watched Animorphs before.
I never watched Animorphs. It's a weird ordeal, especially with the fact that immediately, I already knew Bobby Drake or the one who played Jimmy from Smallville either was in it as the main star, but then we're watching. I'm like, wait, is that the girl from the Comebacks? And Metal's like, yeah, that is the girl from the Comebacks. I'm like, oh, this is hilarious.
I'm surprised you missed that because it's in your era. It was in my era.
Okay, so I never got the appeal of the show because it looked so low budget.
Yeah, that's fair. All right,
like one of those ones that they just threw out there. Canada did.
I just want to say that AR said, "How did we not get Gamerverse Guardians figures? Because there's no justice in this world."
I know, so bad. That game, man.
The only Midnight Suns figure we got was an Iron Man repaint.
One day, Robbie will come.
One day. Kaus, you streaming tomorrow? I don't know if he's here.
Kaus streams on Tuesdays at.
Yes, he is.
Kaus streams on Tuesdays at Fighter Kaus on Twitch.tv. Fighter Kaus. He plays Tuesday. He plays King of Fighters. Is that when he doesn't?
And then Friday.
Fridays.
Fate Grand Order. Yeah.
Hey, you can follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Twitter, on YouTube and Blue Sky. You can, if you want, I do Archimage like the one you see the very channel. Feel free to follow me on either Blue Sky or DM me at Soundout12 Protocol. Link in the description below.
Yeah, and you guys can catch me in multiple videos this week that will happen.
Wait, what are the videos this week?
Transformers Rundown, probably.
And Digimans, right?
Digimon Blu-ray. Digimon Blu-ray.
Them good old Digimans.
Good old Digimans. I don't think I got anything else. So, We'll see you guys next week.